drivers today, Milwaukee is not only legendary, it's elusive. The Milwaukee victory is something to be envied. No one has ever won this race more than once.
Milwaukee.
History. Old place.
The oldest racetrack in the world.
100 years.
This is the granddaddy.
The granddaddy.
Who's your daddy?
It's been a part of our series since the beginning.
Flat.
Real flat.
And when we say flat, this is a flat track.
Long, long corners.
Tight corners.
9.25 degrees in the corners.
2.5 degrees on the straights.
Flat all the way around.
A lot of brake.
Slick.
Real slick, fast straightaways.
Fast. Fast. Fast.
Very fast.
Definitely fast.
It's always a good race.
A lot of good action, a lot of good racing.
Run up high, you can run down low.
I love coming here.
Being back home. I love coming to Milwaukee.
Where's Travis at?
We are the Cheeseheads.
Harry Cook gets a great jump, gets to the inside of Leffler, puts the fender to him, they bump, they rub, they bounce.
And Harry Cook has won the GNC Liftwell 200.
Now, and we started out with rain earlier, and the problems continue for the 99 of Carl Edwards. We had talked about him not sounding right earlier.
Yeah, he's got a motor problem, but he wants to soldier on, get the points. Now he's got a bigger problem. Left front is gone.
Might have a connecting rod sticking in it.
Yeah, that could be too. Sad but true.
Keep your eyes on this kid.
He
He's
stays on the
going a long
apron,
way.
which means we're staying on green.
Yeah.
And Ken Schrader also on pit road.
They had a problem at the same time. Kenny was in a lap ago. They looked inside. 99's going to make it in, so we're going to stay green. They looked inside. See, they're looking for ignition trouble right here. They raised the hood, cannot find it, so it's either in the engine or it's in the ignition. And the 99's in right now for a tire.
And you would think that that tire that is missing from that wheel has got to be somewhere out there. It must have been gone to the inside or something. Because I don't see any
Got to get the jack under, boys.
That's the hard
Yeah,
part.
they are working.
Pick up.
Lift it up.
It doesn't seem like they're working very hard to get that.
Well, they got an engine problem. They come in there before and they got a dead cylinder, and
Takes a lot of wind out of your sails, Dorsey, when you got a problem already.
It does, and you're just now going soldiering for a finish. All you're doing is trying to get some points, and you know, get your dauber down, especially if you've been running good like he's been doing all year.
All right.
Well, like I say, you know, this might be in fact.
Oh, we got a caution brewing. Let's see here.
Oh,
Bill Lester in the 8.
Yeah.
Terry Cook got forced up. Lester sideways. We'll get a better look at that, fans. I guarantee.
Chris Horn, unfortunately, got in the thing too. He got in the back of the.
Didn't take long.
Side. No, it didn't. I was going to say on Bill Lester, when he was 3 wide coming across here, he didn't want to be there. He checked up and got out, and it was really loose.
When you're in the middle, these things have a lot of downforce arrow-wise, but when you're in the middle, it's reduced by a significant amount in it.
Well, that didn't take long.
It did not.
Lap number 2, caution comes out as you see a little bit of damage there on the number 8.
What happened here?
Look at the 8 down low. He did. See, I told you he was loose when he came through here. He just got loose on the bottom, went up and hit.
Hit some bumps
there.
Got lucky, didn't he?
He got it in Terry Cook right there. That's Chris Horn that had nowhere to go. Slams him side to side, which actually is not a bad way to hit. It didn't damage the truck that badly. Here's another look. So he just breaks free on him. I think the bumps are over there might have cut it loose. It started jumping up now, but when he came by here 3 wide, there, right there, Chris Horn meets side to side.
And you know what? With him starting 9th, that could have collected a lot more trucks. And here's another look coming at us, Dorsey.
Well, you see right there, Terry Cook, what a
marvelous job.
Fabulous job.
Marvelous job. That's a dirt track job.
And you're not kidding. That was a whale of a save on his part.
He tested the second groove quick, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Well, you mentioned the second group. Bobby Hamilton right out of the chute is running very well on the high side of the track, and he was able to lead lap number 1, and he's led every lap.
Take a look from Terry Cook. Man, you're talking about fast hands. Oh, man.
Working that throttle like a dirt truck, Dorsey.
Yeah, you heard it. Wah, 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 wah.
And so we're under caution number 1 as it came out on lap number 2 here in Kentucky.
He's going in defensive mode, and we have a spin out on the racetrack and a crash.
Trevor Boys.
Jerry Hill there is the number 5.
Trevor's, that thing's torn up pretty good.
That one's tore up real good.
Quite a bit of damage and fluid leaking out of the bottom of that truck as he's going to try to drive it back into the pits.
Canadian veteran, he's probably done.
I don't think that's coming back up.
No.
we'll sort this all out when we come back here to Kentucky Speedway.
Welcome back to Kentucky Speedway. Tonight is race 11 of 25, and Dennis Setzer's truck was very, very loose. He came in the pits here with his Axiom Chevrolet. They did a big adjustment, guys. 3 rounds down on the track bar, and they pulled the rubber out of the right rear. But get this, they only decided to put right side tires on it. So a little bit of a strategy move here for Setzer. Now keep in mind, he has used some strategy here at this race a couple of times. In 2001, they got really good track position by using left side tires only, and last year he had 2 stops where they did fuel only. So they're going to try some strategy tonight to get this truck up to the front. They don't feel they're good enough to win in regular form, so they're trying something different. Big adjustment for Setzer as we're back at Kentucky.
And it's just our second caution, and we've only completed 17 laps. The pit strategy has already begun. And welcome back to Kentucky Speedway for the Built Ford Tough 225. Jason Leffler out in front of this field. Chad Chaffin and Brendan Gaughan, Dodge drivers, in the top 3. Well, let's take a look at why we're under caution number 2 here at Kentucky.
Look toward the back there. That's Tina Gordon giving Trevor Boyes a little of what she's been given a lot of this year. Get out of my way. He just moves him over, and unfortunately made contact down below, too.
And if you notice, she's in a Chevy this week. That's a Menards move, trying to kind of pair up maybe with Matt Crafton and help incorporate some knowledge here. Up front, we got Jason Leffler up front. Let's see if we
when we were at Indy, you know, they got trouble on the track. Trouble on the track.
Chad Chaffin, trouble on pit road, if we see there.
Now, how does that happen, Darrell?
He is spun around.
Well, you know, he had never raced here. If he has, I don't think he's raced here.
Tell us what happens here. I think we're going to get a look at it.
He's probably trying to get in the pits, and all of a sudden he's got a tire down, I bet you, Barry, and he's trying to, he blew up.
Yeah. He looks like he locked him up there, got into the grass.
Yeah.
Let's go down track side and Ray Dunlap.
You guys are all wrong. Blown motor for the 18. Had nothing to do with getting to the pits other than he knew he had to go to the garage. And these guys have a lot of problems right now. They have been, this is the 3rd time they've blown an engine in the number 18. And of course we saw Bobby Hamilton go out a few weeks ago with a blown engine. So lots of concerns over here at BHR. Chad Chaffin is on his way to the garage. They're done for the night with a blown engine. Phil?
Now, Ray?
Hey, Ray, see this right here? That's a bolt cutter. Talked to Newt Moore a few minutes ago. He said this thing blew up.
The 62 throwing smoke out the back just now, but this was the pass earlier where he almost got into the wall, and there it is. Brendan Gaughan into the infield, and smoke rolling out of the Orleans Dodge.
Man, did I see that. I just saw the corner of my eye. I was about to say about that pass, about Carl Edwards going up there, and I saw it blow. Wow, that was big.
Okay, now let's see if the people that came in and topped off, let's take a look at what happened right here to Brendan. Man, here again, woes for the Dodges.
Watch the 62. Now watch. Carl Edwards is going to have a face full of oil right now. He's getting down in the corner. There's the first telltale sign. Carl goes up high. Man, that saved him. Almost got hit right there.
He was lucky.
He was lucky, but he read it right. That's a catastrophic blow up right there, right in your face.
That was great driving by Carl Edwards.
And not only are they blowing up, they're cutting the grass.
Look here. This is what a driver doesn't ever want to see. See that puff right there? That's the start of it. Uh-oh, trouble. Look, he move up. Out of the way. You can't see the back of the truck, but it was close. I'm telling you.
Tough break for Brendan Gaughan, Orleans Dodge. I mean, this kid, day, travel, commute, race out of Las Vegas, Nevada. That's very difficult to do and be the contender he is every week. Let's go down to Ray.
Well, guys, I don't think Carl Edwards has any plan on pitting right here. Doug Richard, his crew chief, just told him we've got the very best set of tires we've had. They're on that truck. I want to keep them on. We're going to stay out. We are not going to pit with this little bit of caution. It'll really help us. We can make the distance. We're not giving up track position.
And I tell you what, pit road is vacant. Well, with the exception of Rick Crawford. Rick Crawford in the 14 now is coming down pit.
We got a caution. Big wreck. Speaking of wrecks, we just had a wreck.
75.
That's poor old Hank.
Hank Parker Jr.
Up there in the turn 4 wall.
Looks like he got some help on the right side.
Well, look at the back. Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, look, he was like going up the wrong way. He was having a great run too. Started 17th, got up 7th, made some dramatic changes on that truck today. Even part of the ram air on the grill. They feel like the silhouette of the new nose doesn't have the induction it should have, and that thing's running a lot better tonight. I think you're probably going to see a little help on the right rear. I did not see that, but we may get a look at it right here, Dorsey. Call it.
Well, I'll tell you what. The nice thing is no damage. To take a look right now, see who's helping him. Oh, look at that. Mike Skinner definitely got into the back of him, turned him. Good job of keeping it out of the wall right there. He's fighting it pretty hard. He didn't hurt the truck, but Mike Skinner definitely sent him for a hayride here in Kentucky.
Well, he's still got he's got time to come back, and I think from where they started this weekend to where they were before this altercation, they are very, very pleased. It's running better around the racetrack. It's driving better. Hank wants to go out of here on a good note, hand that thing back to David Starr, who's itching to get back in his truck doors. Hey, how tough is it to see somebody in your race equipment?
I tell you, I talked to David Starr every single week this weekend, and up at the last 2 weeks, and he's just been chomping at the bit. I said, "You'll make it next week." He said, "You betcha, we'll make it next week."
He may come in and get tires, but he only lost 4 spots there, and he did a good job saving it.
That's Spears Manufacturing National Rifle Association number 75, piloted by Hank Parker Jr. Still on the lead lap, sitting in 12th here at Kentucky.
93 truck.
93. Hiding up there.
John Lemke.
There you oh yeah.
Backed it in.
Cosmetic. They need to jerk that out and be able to get the fuel in it, and he'll be just fine. Get the spoiler back up a little bit.
Well, guys, some damage for Rick Crawford. He ran into the right front of David Starr's truck, so he's going to have to come back down pit road, which he's going to get down here to try to straighten out that fender. Now, the Ford truck of Bobby Hamilton came in. They pulled some tape off the right front duct, and they went down 1 pound on the right side tires. Up on the very front of pit road, Travis Quapple and Brendan Gaughan both took on 4 tires. Brendan's pit stop took just a little bit longer because they pulled a rubber out of the right rear. But for Jason Leffler, he went for track position. He decided to do right side tires only. Leffler's been tight in the center. They put right sides on it, and that gave him track position.
Moments ago when Rick Crawford came off of, look at that.
Hang on, bud. No, don't hang on.
He got hung up.
Ray, what's going on?
Well, that's James Lee, guys, the catch can man, and he just didn't realize Crawford was leaving that quick. Milt Bishop, his spotter, was up on the roof saying, "You got a little bit of time, guys. Got a little bit of time," and Rick went ahead and left, and the catch can was stuck in there. So he's back to the pits now. Now, the reason they've been working on this is because, as I told you earlier, Crawford had said his truck was a good bit hot. Well, now that bumper got knocked in, it's really crushed in the ductwork. So, again, he's even hotter than he was before. So they have some more work to do here. James Lee is at the attention now of some of the medics, and it looks like he's going to be okay.
I think Bobby Hamilton's got a flat tire, possibly.
Well, that's what they're speculating, guys, on the radio here. Bobby just said this thing is a handful, and they looked at it. The spotter said looks like right front. So he's trying to get another lap here to find out. Nope, he's going to come down pit road.
And Brendan Gaughan on the inside. The Casino Queen Orleans 62.
Look at Leffler putting the pressure on. He's going to try to get 3 wide right here. He's trying to get the nose up in there. Look out now.
Now he could get down and follow Brendan through, block his teammate out, or he could sit there and be teammate. And he could be second or third. It's his choice, don't you think, Gorson?
Absolutely. Ted Musgrave's running real free on that higher line. Brendan's got this good speed getting down in the middle, but watch what happens right here. Actually, I think he's going to make a fast run, and he did.
Caution, got caution
out. Oh, we got a crash up there. 3 involved that I can see. One of the Menard trucks, it looks like.
I think Bill Lester also involved in that.
Big back end. Really short in that one.
You got me, guys. There's nothing I can do. I don't know what's up.
The 07 of Ryan Hansen.
Can we run?
Yeah, you heard Lester right there.
That was Lester talking.
Will not start.
Oh, yeah, he got the 07 got in the back of the 8 big time, and then he takes the 33 in the wall with him. That was a big impact for the 33 as well. Paul Menard's truck went in forward really hard. Riding on board. Hate this. Well, they got together with Paul Menard right there.
The 07 Ryan Hansen here comes into the screen. This is his first ever NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series start, and there you see what happens.
That didn't look like a gentleman move.
No, he took him out. Big time.
Something that'll help a bunch of guys, like I said, getting ready to go down the lap.
Oh, problems with our leader right there spinning.
Oh, man, Terry Cook around backwards in front of everybody, does not get hit.
Oh, Schrader. Not yet.
Wow, well, we got a call that there's debris on the front stretch. That brought that yellow out, but then Terry Cook had a big moment there.
It looked to me like Andy Petrie got into the back of Terry Cook there as far as bumping him to spin him around, but now we have Jason Leffler out in front of this one.
He inherited the lead there, though. the easy way, but it was something else, and that could have been very catastrophic for where it happened.
Let's take a look at this.
Andy Petrie to 33 now. Going to get in the quarter. Yeah, send him around.
That'll just about do it right there, Rick.
Well, did he get a little loose there, Michael? What happened?
It just looked like Andy pushed up when he got down in the corner. The caution was waving, and I'm not kidding, Barry. You get desperate when the caution flag's waving and you're trying to get a lap back. You want to do all you can to get past the guy and get back on the lead lap. We're only 20 laps into the race. You know, if you go down a lap right now, it ruins your whole night.
Phil, what's going on?
Yeah, guys, the 29 truck is definitely coming in the pits. You saw him spin around there. He can't take a chance on flat spotting his tires. He lost a lot of track position doing that spin, so he's going to come on in here, get 4 tires. He was extremely happy with the truck, so I don't think he hit anything. Just had a little shot in the left rear from Andy Petrie. So he'll put 4 tires in this thing, get him back out, and he'll be good to go.
Now, one thing you saw Terry do when he got tapped in the quarter panel is he gunned it. He gave it full throttle and executed the spin to keep it off the wall, number 1, and to try not to get the flat spotted tires, but
Dorsey,
anyway.
Dorsey, what's your blood pressure right now when he thinks about Andy Petrie right
now? Well, it's high, and now it's where the crew chief and the spotter got to get him calmed down, because this is a race where patience is going to win it. You know, you're going to have...
Pit that thing, Jeff. Get to pit road. We'll get that thing worked on so Darrell can have some fun.
We've got caution number 2 coming out. I know Andy Petrie was involved in it. The 08 of Jody Lavender also coming back up to speed now.
That could have been a lot worse, I guarantee you that.
And take some wedge out. I'm tight to the center, but I'm loose off. And I think if we take some wedge out and lower the track bar down on the right side, that might be a win-win, especially if we do it on the right rear. Go down on the right rear spring, go down on the right rear track bar.
That voice very familiar there. That is DW.
You can tell the man knows what he wants. You need to tell him too, Darrell, if you get a chance to pull out that right front fender. I'm sure Larry Mack, who's up on the roofs, told him that there's a lot of downforce loss there when you mess up your left front fender like that, or right front fender, and so they're kind of struggling right now.
Yeah, and there's a 63 of David Stover. Now, that's pretty significant damage right here. This kid's done a good job today. You did see Larry Mack up top, and he knows how vital it is to get the fenders down, even though we're on a 5/8 mile racetrack.
And again, Jason Leffler still out in front of the field. DW currently running in 17th position with his tie team. And now the number 8 of Bill Lester coming down pit road. I had mentioned earlier, I believe he got into the wall coming out of turn number 2. Let's take a look.
See him right there on the outside.
He's already got the trouble.
He's already got, look at the right front. He's already been in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. That's a...
Yeah.
Looks like the right side damage on that. And let's go down to Bill
that
Parsons.
thing pretty hard on the wall, Phil.
Yeah, Michael, he sure did. He bounced off that thing pretty good between 1 and 2. The guys are going to put right side tires on. They're going to try to beat the right front fender out a little bit, but a pretty hard contact for Bill Lester's Dodge in turns 1 and 2.
You saw that right, Rick. He got up there in the wall pretty solid, and then subsequently came off the wall.
Now trying not to lose too much track position, they get him back out after some cosmetic damage or cosmetic work done to the number 8. And still out in front, it's Terry Cook in the Power Stroke Diesel Oil Mate number 29 here in the Power Stroke Diesel 200.
But here comes Carl.
And welcome back to the Power Stroke Diesel 200. We're under caution number 4, and we're going to head right down to the pits because the Power Stroke Diesel number 29 is coming in. Phil Parsons.
Yeah, Rick, he definitely's come in, and he said he was going to pit on the very next caution flag, and he will be good to go to the end. He will come in, he will take 1 pound of air out of the right front. He will put 4 tires in this thing. He'll have enough fuel for the end. So this more than likely will be Terry Cook's last pit stop. He's going to have a lot of trucks to pass, but I think he can do it. He's got such a great truck. Got Steve Ponatowski on the right front tire there. Got Chad Raney on the rear tire. The only thing that's going to hurt Terry Cook right now is if it starts raining. This time, go down to Ray.
Well, Phil, the tide ride is back in. DW making a wedge adjustment on the number 17. He said the back end is jumping out just like he's driving a dirt car, so he was not happy once again. This will probably be the last time we see him come down pit road. We'll see if these adjustments help him move his way towards the front.
I would say, Ray, if he keeps running as bad as he is, that's not the last time you'll see him come down pit road, because they will continue to work on this thing, because Darrell doesn't sound like a happy camper on the radio, nor do those two look like they're having much fun right now.
Let's go back to Ray.
Well, guys, some rumors going on down here in the garage area. We expect any week now to hear the final outcome of who all will be involved with the Toyota program next year here in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. If you've read my articles on speed.com, we've been trying to find out who's going to be involved with Toyota. And today I learned there's a very good likelihood that Larry McReynolds, who is the spotter today for Darrell Waltrip up there on the roof, is going to be a team owner. It's likely, I say, that he will do this. They have not made the final decision yet. He said he would like to be a part of it. The rumored driver for him, Mike Skinner, former champion here. So these things are probably going to break within the next week or so. We'll know who all's involved with the Toyota deal.
Hey, Darrell. How'd we do? Did we improve it, or we still got some problems, buddy?
The thing is, it's real loose off the corner. I mean, once I get in the turn and I cut the wheels and start up off the corner, can't go anywhere. I'm floating the nose getting in and then looser and ain't getting off.
Well, that's a shame. I know you had a good truck in Martinsville and a good truck today in practice. Maybe these adjustments here that your brain trust down there is implemented will help you out. We're going to go back green. We've been real fortunate to stay on the lead lap. The right side of the truck looks like they pulled out your fender, got it all fixed up. So maybe the next half of this race will be better than the first half.
That's what I'm hoping, because that's not very good right now, bud. And I'm doing all I can, but it's so loose and this joint's not easy to drive loose.
Good luck. Go get them.
There's Kenny Schrader on the outside.
Oh,
that was close.
Oh, we got
somebody
a
up
truck
the
in the wall.
You can see Shane Wallace slid up and brushed the wall, but no harm, no foul. Just barely lightly hit the wall. He'll be fine.
That's just a paint check there. That's
Brought him right on around, didn't it, Michael?
Headed him in the right direction, Barry.
We'll take a look back and see Shane Wallace here.
Look at him right here on the outside. Just gets in way too hot.
I believe Andy kind of
leaned on him.
Took him into the wall.
How come Andy's in all these trouble? What's the matter here?
Andy needs GPS or something. We got battling going on all the way back. Travis Quapple trying to move up. You got Terry Cook right now. Musgrave came in and pitted again. He's behind. And let me mention right now, I had these guys at an 18.5-second pit stop, the 29 Power Stroke diesel Ford.
Well, let's take a look back at how Carl Edwards got into the #1 position as he passes on the inside of Terry Cook here. And again, this was before the caution came out.
I'll use that lap truck right there, the number 5.
Moving pick.
Jerry Hill. And
down here in the garage has been saying, what is up with the 62? Those guys with we got a caution on the track. We'll get back to that.
Stan Boyd getting sideways, and we'll come back to Ray here momentarily. But
no caution.
The caution has not come out yet. Stan Boyd getting it back out onto the track to the 89. Well, Stan Boyd staying on the track, and we stay green.
Got a Krunkel left rear quarter panel, so I think he got a little assistance, the way it looks.
That's probably a fair statement.
There you go.
You know, Carl's leading right now, but he's really not driving away from Jason.
He got in the wall. It might have made the problem worse.
Well, he certainly hit harder.
It's a shorter truck than it was before. It's a beautiful paint job on a truck. Tracy Hines, of course, many miles around here in open wheel. First time, I think, around here in a truck, though, and we don't know if he got help or not, but he's definitely in the wall.
Lost an engine this afternoon, right at the end of practice. Qualified 30th. Still, he had to get in on time, had to move to the back, and
it's not the worst.
Significant damage right here.
Not the worst wreck I've ever seen, but it definitely is going to end his evening.
Yeah, they're going to have to even have a chance raise it up. As you can see, the fuel cell's going to hit the racetrack if they don't.
That was a bad break for Leroy's boys racing. Darrell just gone that lap down, then the caution comes out. So we'll have to see if these guys can buckle down and.
Don't do it.
Terry Cook.
I didn't do it. My camera did it. The camera got him. Terry Cook gets him in the quarter panel. Around he goes, and Tracy Hines' evening's going to be short.
Like the truck.
Like the truck. Well, it was a pretty truck. This side's not that bad.
See David Starr in there behind him.
Bobby Hamilton.
Yep.
Bobby's been in the wall. Look at the side here.
Square D Dodge. They have really struggled as of late, and they've got to get back on track. It's like Bobby said, we got to take the bullets out of the gun, quit shooting ourselves in the foot. Get back in this points race.
You know, they had the momentum early. When they blew that motor and they got the DNF, it just all fell apart for them.
Take a look at the IWX Motor Freight number 16 of Travis Quapple, one of our points leaders, with more on Ray Dunlap.
Well, Rick Travis has not been very happy with that chassis, and they just decided to make another big chassis adjustment. They came in here at lap 111, went up 3 rounds for the wedge and up 3 rounds on the track bar and put 4 tires on it. They were running back about 16th. They said they weren't happy with that, so they said we got to do something if we're going to try to work our way to the front. Now let's check in with Phil.
Ray, I just want to follow up a little bit on Travis Quapple. His average finish on the 3 short track races that we have run this year is 12th. Dennis Setzer, 1.7, and Ted Musgrave, 2.7. He actually has 131 points less on the 3 short track races than Dennis Setzer does this year. So this 16 IWX Chevrolet is going to really have to get their act together on the short tracks, and he's struggling a little bit today. He was just barely in the top 15 before the caution flag came out.
And guys, we've got 4 short tracks coming up, and let's go back down to Ray and find out what's going on.
Hey, Rick, a lot of these teams have a little bit of a mascot, and the 16 is one of those. They've got a little squirrel that's been riding with them on the inside of the truck, and Travis said it's been their good luck charm. That's why they've been able to pull off all these top 10s. But today, because you run so close to the wall here at IRP, they decided to put a blindfold around the eyes of the squirrel. They didn't want him to know how close he was to the wall.
I like that.
Blindfolding the squirrel?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
What? It's a
blind
chicken
squirrel finds an acorn, I think they say.
Yeah, Tracy Hines went behind the wall. The 16 came down, didn't stop, just came down pit road and went right out.
Now on the lead lap.
Uh-oh, spin and turn 4. Chad Chaffin around.
Take another
Jody
one.
Lavender. Oh, Jody did a good job missing that.
Andy Ponstein went with them.
Here comes Skinner. Can he make it? No. What a race though it was.
He don't race back. He's not thinking.
Gentlemanly.
That was a guy trying to get a lap back. It was close. Maybe he got it. What do y'all think?
You know, you got to go try to get your lap back at a place like this because it's too hard to do it the other way.
Now this will be Mike Skinner's last run in the trucks because he's picked up a Winston Cup ride.
Here's what happened.
Out of turn 4, these guys have been racing real hard with each other. They're going to try to 3 wide. Chaffin with a lot of speed goes down.
And you know,
the 70.
You know what he tried to do? He tried his hardest to stay off of the 70. That was Chad's deal. He ran in the corner. He knew he was hot. He wanted to cut the truck hard to the left to stay off the 70. But when doing so, he lost the back end and unfortunately a lap.
And I'd like to say, Andy Petrie, he was nowhere near this crash. Okay?
I was going to say.
Wait. There he is now, though.
There was an Andy involved in that, but it was Andy Ponstein.
Y'all are hard on Andy.
Going by Jody Lavender. And Leffler he's moving.
Matt Crafton gets in the back of Terry Cook.
This is going to stack them up. Now you see what happens at Bristol. That's going to come down here. Good job by everybody right there avoiding that.
What was I just talking about, boys?
Yep.
Matt Crafton being aggressive.
And he just took the 29 for a ride, no question about it. Now, good job by everybody. Terry Cook kept the thing off the wall, and then when it slid down, everybody stayed out of it. So that was the first lucky.
And we heard Kay Keselowski right there. That's his spotter and team owner, and she made the comment, no contact. Is that to keep Terry Cook the nerves down a little bit, not gunning for somebody?
I think it settles down the crew also, and she's a very, very good spotter. You see how calm she was? Here are the replays right here.
We take a look at how caution number 1 came out.
She said no contact. And I said I beg to differ. I just got contacted right in the back end right there and sent around for a loop. So if I'm Terry, I'm a little bit mad at Matt Crafton right now. You see it again right here, right in the quarter panel. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Well, he thought he had him cleared. Came down, and that's this typical Bristol right here.
Only it didn't cause a big wreck, and that's unusual because usually it would have.
Well, let's give you another view as we ride on board with Terry Cook. Whoa!
Hang on. You're good. Good job, Terry. Hang on.
That's a good woman driver right there.
Hang on. Believe me, he's hanging on all right.
He's in for 4 tires. They're a little bit flat spotted, but a phenomenal job, Dorsey, of being up front, not getting collected. Phenomenal job by the rest of the field to miss him, and for Terry Cook keeping it off the wall.
It's usually unusual here at Bristol for the truck not to slide back down into the middle of everybody else. So maybe Phil can help us out with the 29. Hey, Phil?
Yeah, Dorsey, you're exactly right. He was afraid he had flat spotted tires, so he said he cannot take any chances. They got to come in and put 4 fresh tires on. He lost all his track position anyway, so really had nothing to lose. Came in and got 4 fresh tires. He should be in good shape.
Guys, the other unique thing about Bristol is we've got pits on both sides of the infield here.
What makes this place so
We got trouble on the back stretch, turn 3.
Yes, we do. Wayne Edwards there has gone around.
Wayne Edwards has a problem. Caution number 2 comes out here in Thunder Valley. And welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway. We take a look at why we're under caution number 2. Oh! And that was a little bit rougher than what we had thought had taken place.
Wayne Edwards, and that's Randy Briggs, just got a free moon launch, as we call it. Went up over the top.
Johnny Chapman, good job missing it. We're going back green right here. Must
slowed down to this pace at lap 34. Randy Briggs, the number 53, slowed down on the track, and we had talked to or listened to his spotters earlier, and he mentioned to them he had no power. So once he got spun around there,
that's what spun him around. The thing just died in the middle of the corner, and it got into trailing throttle oversteer spin. And one of the reasons he might not have power, remember, he was the one that got moon launched earlier on and took a big run. It's right behind us there. Yep. Saw it out of the back end. We're taking a look at the back, and I saw
Terry Cook's in trouble again.
On the right front.
Ryan Hemphill right here in the 15 we talked about, just getting a start.
Terry Cook with a lot of damage.
You all right, bud?
That's not what Terry Cook wanted. Or need.
Ryan Hemphill in the 15 having problems, and then you take a look at the Power Stroke diesel number 29 of Terry Cook and the smoke rolling off of that. We'll settle this when we come back. The O'Reilly 200 on Speed Channel is brought to you by Craftsman, the official tools of NASCAR and the NHRA, and by Ford. If you haven't looked at a Ford lately, look again. And welcome back to Bristol, Tennessee for the O'Reilly 200 here for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And here is why we're under caution number 4. See the 29 of Terry Cook. They're getting a little loose.
I'd say a lot loose. So the 15 really didn't have a part. He spun all by himself. Ryan Hemphill there had to check up, and truck got out from underneath him and got impacted in the inside wall there. But that's the problem right there. Terry Cook just got loose as a goose.
Yeah,
that's a big hit on the inside.
It looked like he didn't want to get into the Menards truck and ended up wrecking himself.
That's exactly what he did. He tried to check right here. He tried not to wreck and then wreck himself.
Folks, you hear that sound at home? That's real. That's real speed on speed.
That hurts my head. It hurts my ribs, my shoulders. Everything hurts.
Let's go down trackside and Ray Dunlap.
Well, a couple of trucks coming to pit road right now, Rick, at lap 48. The 75 Spears Manufacturing Chevrolet is in for David Starr. Ronnie Carey and Chris Beeson are the tire changers. Starr said that he felt pretty good about that truck, but he said they wanted to get fresh tires on it. Now we come down pit road a little further. The 88 Menards Chevy of Matt Crafton has come in. They're going to do 4 tires at this end, too. And believe it or not, guys, a few people down here are saying that they believe they can go the rest of this race on fuel and tires, which would be 152 laps or so. We'll see if that is possible, but these guys have come to pit road. How about on your side, Phil?
I'm telling you, Ray, Kevin Harvick claims that they can make it the rest of the way. They stopped at lap 35. Obviously, that gives them 165 laps to go. They said they're good on fuel till the end, so this could be a fuel mileage race. Right now, Kevin Harvick looks like he may be in a catbird seat.
Kevin Harvick feeling confident that he can make it to the end of the race. And again, this is why we're under caution number 4. We're on board with Terry Cook. Power Stroke diesel number 29. You felt that bang as he hit the outside wall. He was able to keep going, but the 15 of Ryan Hemphill trying to avoid. Terry got down on the inside apron and spun around and stopped, and so that was why the caution flag came out.
Lucky that's only where it appears to be cosmetic.
That's surprising, because when you're riding on board, you see how it slapped the front end and the back end hit first and it snapped the front over. That's usually a big hit when that happens. It's a wonder it didn't knock the toe out.
Yeah.
A lot of sheet metal damage here today, Barry.
Well, this is one race that the transport drivers, they look forward to getting home. You know, here we are on a Wednesday night, which is kind of unusual for us, but these haulers never have a problem at the weigh stations when they go home, because you normally leave more sheet metal here than you came with.
Coming home with half a truck.
Oh, yeah.
Got a rolling chassis is what you have.
Terry Cook continues to come into his pit to make any adjustments that he needs and then try to stay out in front of that pace truck so that he doesn't lose an additional lap.
This time they went underneath the hood to have a look down inside there, because we already saw that it was missing some brake hose pieces and so forth on the racetrack.
Well, it's getting real close to getting lapped over here.
Well, be sure to tune in Speed Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern to catch Wind Tunnel with Dave Despain. As always, Dave takes your calls and emails live virtually on any racing subject. Stock cars. Harvick currently running in 5th position, again just behind. Problems again with Terry Cook.
Not having a good night, not having a great year at all.
Off turn 2, the same place. He's had 3 altercations.
So now he heads down pit road.
It looks like the right rear.
Well, you know, they're talking about a right rear that's rubbing. NASCAR brought him in because the right rear was rubbing. You're hearing the driver saying, no way.
You saw the difficulty getting on pit road. Phil Parsons, what you got, bud?
Yeah, you're exactly right. He does have a rub on the right rear. Also, the toe is knocked out. Obviously, he knew that because of the steering wheel being off center. So, a myriad of problems for Terry Cook in a Power Stroke diesel Ford.
They continue to do body work there for the 29, and we take a look at what happened as he got into the infield.
Well, that's what I was talking about before. He tried to get down on the pit lane quickly, and as soon as he hit that apron, watch right
Bring
here.
the 29 back in.
Watch right here.
Come back in, Terry. You got to
Paying
rub.
too much speed. Around she goes.
And see, Bristol is sort of a self-cleaning racetrack. All that rubber and debris is coming down this concrete, collecting on the bottom, and he just drove through it right there and came in too quick. And folks, we got a new leader.
Brendan Gaughan out in front, and he is your points leader. And now he is out in front of the pack here. And here we take a look back at how that lead took place.
Oh, Musgrave slips up big time, gets loose, has to check up, takes Chaffin with him. Chad Chaffin, 18, is going to run up the inside.
Dodge running very strong. Ted Musgrave is going down pit road, and Ray Dunlap, actually Ted Musgrave staying out.
He's backing up. Something's going on. He's got a flat or something.
Yeah, he's thinking he's got a flat, more than likely.
He's got a problem.
He's spinning out. He's spinning out coming into pits.
Coming too hard.
75 is backwards.
Oh, that's what I was talking about at the beginning of the show. Transitioning off that steep banking onto this flat apron, and he got in with too much speed and is spun out now. That's catastrophic.
This is the best truck they've had all year.
Was very strong, but he was 3 laps down. I mean, he was fighting to get laps back there on that restart.
Guess what? He's a lot more laps down now. I think that's the last we're going to see of him being competitive. This is the same thing I talked about. Just too much speed got down there on the flat where there's no grip, and boy, around she comes. Nothing you can do.
He's aggravated those tires also. Ray?
Hey guys, the NASCAR officials had already told him you got to come to pit road. So
their way through 3 and 4. They come out of turn number 4 to see the white flag. And problems with Kevin Harvick. He's into the wall. Travis Kvapil goes by the start-finish line with the white flag out. Kevin Harvick is still on the racetrack. No caution has come out yet.
I felt it in my bones.
Travis Kvapil coming through 3 and 4. Could it be the first win of 2003? Travis Kvapil comes up to the caution flag.
Green-white checker, boys.
It's in your bones, brother. I'm telling you.
These old bones, they'll let you know.
Look at this. Yeah, they're thinking, crew guys think they won this race.
It's not quite over yet.
The checkered flag did not come out.
Wow, that was a cut tire.
He shows the caution and the checkered flag. And so the IWX Motor Freight Chevrolet gets its first win of 2003.
Wham, bam. Can you believe that last lap? Go. Oh, my gosh, cut a tire. This man right here, he needed a little luck. He got it. They won this race, finally.
First time here.
Let's go down to trackside and Phil Parsons.
Well, you got your first one, Chris.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I mean, Memphis was 200 races for me in the truck series. I mean, I've made my home here in the truck series. I mean, I've had plenty of offers to go anywhere. In IWX, I mean, Steve Coulter, Dave Foods, have believed in me. I mean, we've come together. I mean, yeah, we won the championship with Mike last year. Mike was a great driver. We brought in Travis, young guy, real raw. I mean, we had to tame him down, and we've been working on it. And here we are.
All right. Hey, go to victory lane. Go to victory lane.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, back up.
Travis Kvapil, it's been 62 races since Travis Kvapil had a win. It's his second career win in 62 races. He won last in Memphis in June of 02. And Kevin Harvick out of the truck already. Very disappointed. But a guy who isn't disappointed is Travis Kvapil.
Mark Smith hates that sound. He's a motor builder.
He's loving it right now.
He's liking that motor won.
Can't give Mark Smith enough credit. Won the championship last year. Very, very seldom do they ever have any type of failure under the hood. Championship program right here.
Hey, he's not out of gas either, is he?
No, he's not.
And I don't think Steve Colver came today. He obviously thinks he jinxes the team when he comes.
Well, maybe he's at my restaurant eating again. That'd be all right. Go over there, Steve.
He may have been cheering for Kevin Harvick.
You know what? This is a tribute. Think about where Alan Kulwicki lost his life, flying into this airport. And we haven't seen this in a while. He's heading to victory lane.
Let's take a look at how Travis Kvapil ends up winning this race. You're seeing the leader right there, Kevin Harvick, and problems. Boom, into the wall in turn number 4. Travis Kvapil goes by and takes the white flag, which means he's going to get the checkered next time by.
Cutter right in front. Look at this. So you'll see the sparks right away. Boom, there it went. Wow, big hit.
The last thing on his mind right there was taking the white flag, but it gave the win to Travis Kvapil.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Oh, it sounded like my motorhome.
Yeah.
Keep coming.
He knows that sound. He knew what happened. What a shame.
That's Delana Harvick, Kevin's wife, and very disappointed there.
You see Butch Hill.
1 lap to go, and Kevin Harvick gets into the wall. But the guy who gets into victory lane is Travis Kvapil. Let's go down to Phil Parsons.
Thanks, guys. Travis Kvapil, 62nd career start. Travis, get on out of that thing and celebrate this victory. So much about all your second place finishes, championship truck. You knew you wanted to win a race, and you got one tonight.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be another second place finish. Kevin just got through traffic a little bit better than me. I think our truck was actually a little bit better on the long run there, but he just got through traffic a little better than me. I'm proud of these IWX guys. We weren't very good in the beginning of the race. We were real loose. We put a spring rubber in, we took it back out, put some wedge in it, and that's what it needed. We actually planned on probably pitting another time. We had another set of tires. We thought we'd come in at the end, and with so few cars on the lead lap, we thought we'd put tires on them, drive by them. We got the green or the restart there with 80 to go or something like that. And the thing took off. We had a good truck.
Now you've only led 37 laps coming into this race, and you led 1 or 2 laps tonight, but big ones.
Yeah, I guess the last 1 or 2 is the ones that matter, and it stopped my heart for a little bit there. I saw the yellow, and I thought for sure we took the white and it was going to be an official race, but I seen the yellow flag waving. I didn't know what was going to happen there, but these guys pull it off. They deserve it.
Travis Kvapil, victor here at Bristol.
Travis Kvapil celebrating his first Bristol win and his first win of 2003. Here is how Travis Kvapil claims victory number 1. Tire going down for Kevin Harvick. Kvapil coming hard in second place. And there is the reason Kevin Harvick wasn't able to stay out in front. Travis Kvapil, your victor here at Bristol.
To a driver, fear isn't going full wide into a turn. Fear isn't driving into a cloud of smoke at 200 miles per hour.
Fear is not getting sideways an inch from the wall. That's because Ford dominated
last year's Cup Series with 7 Fords finishing in the top 10. Top 10, 7 Fords. So fear in the racing world is looking in the rearview mirror and seeing one of us. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
World Rally 2003. Catch the thunder down under as the WRC travels to Perth for the Rally of Australia. Regarded as the most innovative and challenging in the series, and with the addition of the WRC's first true spectator stage at the Langley Park Twin Track, this year's event promises to be one to watch. World Rally Championship Australia, Sunday 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed.
The pass takes over 4th from Rick Crawford.
Hey, Crawford, look at this. Whoa, trouble.
Sliding on the inside, and that was a race for second right there. Brendan gone, and Dennis Setzer had come up, but the caution flag comes out as Tina Gordon gets spun on the inside of that race.
I thought that was pretty tight, didn't you?
Yeah, very tight.
Tina Gordon got shuffled out of that deck.
So is that proof we can't race 3 wide here?
Well,
And forward, just let me get down.
It's going.
Get going. Just keep going up there. Keep going. Right behind the 7 here. Right behind the 7. Get going. Get caught up.
It looked like Tina might have got her left sides down below the yellow line, and it's pretty slick down there. So
she was trying to get out.
She was trying her best to get out of the way.
I don't know why he did that, but I gave him plenty of room.
Got some damage in the right rear there. The wheel looks good. Got the spoiler. Got to bring the spoiler down. Pull out the tire.
And Tina made a comment, I don't know why he did that. I gave him plenty of room. That was Brendan Gaughan and Dennis Setzer. And Tina probably didn't know Dennis Setzer was trying to make the pass right there. Let's take a look back at why we're under caution number 1.
Oh, here you go, right. There's Dennis Setzer in the 46. Oh, right here. They get really tight in there. I don't know if they make contact or not. I don't think they touched her. I think she got down on the apron and trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, she was doing her best to get out of the way. She was really trying to be very conscious of the fact that they were there, but she probably didn't realize they were going to be side by side her. Dennis was trying to get by Brendan Gaughan for a second. You see him right here. That's Dennis, the Axiom Chevrolet, number 46 in the middle. And really, it looked like they even made a little contact maybe right prior to getting to turn number 3, and that got Tina down on the apron, and that turned her around.
And luckily, did you see the guys who went through there? Rick Crawford and John Wood just barely missing.
Yeah, that's a great piece of driving right there by John Wood, who read that accident really well. He started up high and then cut back down when he saw the truck was going to stay on top. That was good.
Welcome back to Richmond. We are under caution number 2. Bobby Hamilton is your leader, but the real story, Brendan Gaughan blowing a right front tire, and caution 2 comes out for Brendan Gaughan. Let's go down to Ray.
Well, guys, keep in mind, we were looking for lap 95 to get inside the fuel window. That caution came out on 95. Brendan gets just right side tires, and he will be back out without losing a lap here. He will get back to the track. Now let's check in with Barry Dodson.
The 46 Axiom Chevrolet's in some right side damage, also left side, right side to the nose. 2 tires, 4. They called for 4 now, and up on the track bar to free it up. Ray, what do you have?
I'm at the 1, Barry. They go 1 round on the track bar. Ted was just a tiny little bit tight. They are going to do 4 tires for these guys, a new front tire changer for the number 1 team. Everything goes smoothly at the front, a little bit of a slow problem at the back. Musgrave will head back to the track, but he is going to lose a couple of spots. Tony Stewart and Dennis Setzer will beat him out of the pits. I'll check on the 4 and let you know what they did in just a moment.
And you see the veterans there, Tony Stewart and Jimmy Spencer, making their way off of pit road and back onto the track. A lot of things have taken place here, and we will shake it all down. We'll take a look at why we are under caution number 2 and come back and tell you how we got a new leader in Bobby Hamilton.
That's one of the things they're disappointed in. They'd like to have lots more bonus points for this number 16 truck. But on their last pit stop here, they put a rubber in the right rear and went down just a little bit on left side air pressure. And now the 8 is into the wall. Bill Lester will bring out the caution here at Richmond, possibly.
Caution still not out as Bill Lester trying to get to the inside of the track. And NASCAR watched him go underneath the flag stand. He works his way into 1 and 2. And you hear his spotter saying, stay up there for just a second.
You see, flat-sided all the way down the side, but I think he might have knocked the toe out too. That right front wheel is bent pretty good.
Yeah, he hit pretty hard. You can see the right front kind of pointed out at the front, and that's a bad situation.
Flat right front.
Here is spotter Kip McCord saying he's got a flat right front tire, but he's got more problems than just a flat tire, looks like.
That's Strauss Discount Auto, and the club number 8 of Bill Lester had been running pretty well earlier throughout this race, and then we got smoke again. Robert Presley, we just saw some smoke coming out of there. The caution has come out. This is the 3rd caution of the evening, and Bobby Hamilton still up in front of the pack.
Oh, what's this all about? Look here.
A little bumping and rubbing
59
there.
59 and the 80.
Brian
Robert
Ruffner.
Presley. And Ruffner gives him a little cheap shot.
That may be a little clue as to what maybe precipitated this action on the backstretch.
That was a payback for something. That 80 came down and said, here, you want to play that? So there's
drivers have ever done that accomplishment, winning in their first race. Mike Skinner did it in the very first race of this series. The yellow is out. One other guy did it, Robert Presley, the other guy that did it when he won at Daytona. Now, there is something very important to keep in mind here. Jim Smith, the owner of Ultra Motorsports, just came down and talked to Dennis Conner, the crew chief on the 2, and he said, guys, keep in mind that we are racing for points on that number 1 truck. So do not cause a big wreck in the front of this field and take out my 1 truck. We're going to try to win the championship with that one.
and he didn't cause that wreck, but we are under caution number 4 at lap 149. Chad Chaffin was involved in it. Let's take a look at why.
Well, it looks like he got a little help right there. Chad Chaffin at 18 Dickey's Dodge. I think the 72 might have gotten in the back. Randy McDonald might have gotten in the back of him.
There was definitely some contact getting in the corner, and then the 18 was sitting there without really much damage, and one of the other lap trucks came by, caught him in the left front. You can see the damage on the left front of his truck right there.
It's not too bad, though, Phil. It didn't hurt the toe or anything. They can get that fixed.
No smoke coming out, so Chad Chaffin looks as though he'll probably duck into the pits and make sure they check that out. Bobby Hamilton still out in front, 150 of 200 in the books.
He's not going to leave him an opening.
Terry Cook trying to get a lap back, and he's going to try to fight for position.
Oh, contact! Oh, no!
Jimmy Spencer in the wall very hard in that Team ASE CarQuest Dodge.
That was a shame. Had a good run going.
Like they had a couple lap trucks get together. Terry Cook was one of them. They got together there and left no room for Jimmy Spencer.
Not happy.
Maybe he won't have a smile on his face when he gets out of the truck.
In the drivers' meeting earlier, I heard Wayne Ott say to the guys, wait in the truck until somebody comes to you. I don't think Jimmy Spencer was listening to that.
That's a Winston Cup driver, though.
We're going to see. I'm sure we'll see why he's so upset. It was really an unfortunate situation. Such a great truck Jimmy had, and going to end up being taken out by a couple of trucks getting together and not leaving him any room.
He's out. He's walking.
You know, we were talking about the fact that Terry Cook was trying to get his lap back down there, being real aggressive on the bottom side of the racetrack, and it just got unfortunately it took out our one of our real lead guys here, and he is not happy.
He was battling for the win. I mean, he was, and he's not points racing, but he is points racing for owners.
Take a look at this, guys. Terry Cook in the 29 down on the bottom. He's being defensive, tries to move him up out of the racetrack. But it's not. Mac Crafton in the 88 gets down underneath 29. Hits the 29, bounces it up into 2. See you, Jimmy. Bad day.
The 88 made contact with the 29 as Terry tried to save it. He kind of clipped the 2 of Jimmy Spencer, and around he went and made some pretty hard contact.
It wasn't Terry Cook's fault. I mean, Terry was trying to save his own truck right there. Hit it, got sideways, just tags the 2. What do they say? That's racing?
I guess so.
That's what they're going to say.
Yeah.
And guys, you see that new soft wall that he hit. We're on board with the 33 of Tony Stewart, who's right behind this.
Looks like Matt Crafton really tried to force the issue there. He tried to drive up inside of Terry Cook. They made contact. Terry tried to save this truck, and around. Let's take a look at Jimmy Spencer's truck right here. This is going to sound bad.
Wow.
That hurt my head.
Well, with the driver of the number 2 Team ASE CarQuest Dodge, let's go down to Ray Dunlap.
Jimmy Spencer, man, what a great truck you had tonight. I know you're not very happy about that one.
No, I'm not. You know, I mean, I had an awesome race. I'll tell you, you know, it was better on old tires yet, you know, and Dennis and the guys did a great job. It was really felt bad for Team ASE. You know, it's the second 200th start for a sponsor for them. And I really think we could have won this race, and not to be.
One more chance in New Hampshire, right?
Yeah, we're going to New Hampshire next week. I love running the trucks, man. They're awesome. I drive a truck every day, Monday through Friday. Why not drive one on Saturday or whatever it is, you know?
Thursday. Hey, did you see what was happening there? Could you tell those guys were going to get to your inside?
Well, Bobby spun his tires on the restart. Nothing he could really do about it, you know? And when he did, I got up behind him, and I had to really be easy. Spotter yells 3 wide. And next thing I know, I got hit in the left side. So, yeah, it's a bad deal. I think it's part of racing, you know, but damn, you can't go 3 wide. You know you can't. That's why they're lap cars. That's why they don't drive a Winston Cup.
Jimmy Spencer had a very strong truck, could have won his first ever race in the Craftsman Truck Series, but it was not to be. They're battling right now for 6th position with Crawford at 14. Oh, trouble there. Tyler Walker in the number 7.
Oh, that's a shame.
Had a great run going. He was in 8th position. And Conrad Burr on the, or outside of him up against the wall.
Boy, that's a shame. Tyler Walker was doing a real great job.
Boy, a lot of damage to that truck.
That hit
man,
hard.
Oh man.
That hit real hard.
See Conrad took his steering wheel off, moving around. You see Tyler moving around, so looks like they're okay, but they made some pretty significant contact.
Yeah, they did that.
This number 7 was the 3rd Ultra truck to be entered in tonight's race, and we saw earlier how the number 2 of Jimmy Spencer went off the track, and now the number 7 of Tyler Walker also involved with a problem, bringing out caution number 5. Here is how that caution took place as we head to break.
Well, look at the 7 right now, Tyler Walker. I think he cut a tire or something. He's wiggle-woggling all over the place. Loses it finally, and big impact. 87 had nowhere to go. Nothing he could do at all. Conrad Burke collected up right there. Bam.
We'll come back, show you where they all stack up.
Restart. Bobby Hamilton comes in around 10 laps or so. He gets started. There he goes. Got hit by Ted Musgrave. Gets on the throttle. Bam. Gets into the wall. Not too bad. Doggone it. Out of my way.
7th caution flying here. Bobby Hamilton gets tagged by Ted Musgrave. Musgrave's able to hold on and continue in 2nd position.
You see Bobby Hamilton light those tires up trying to stay out of that wall. He went full throttle, and it did a lot. It kept him up that wall. That truck's not hurt right now.
No, he's got a little bit of damage to the right rear, but not considerable, and I don't think it got to the right rear tire, which is the important thing. But unfortunately, he's probably flat spotted the tire. Bobby Hamilton will have to come in the pits, and he's going to give up all the track position.
Well, let's take a look at how Bobby Hamilton got spun around.
Bobby, on the high side, you're prone for this very thing. I said, when you get on the bottom, you get loose. Look at Ted. Gets a wiggle and just gets in the side. Same thing that took out Terry Cook's deal before.
Yeah, Ted got loose. He had to go up the racetrack to catch the back end, and when he did, he made contact with Bobby Hamilton. Absolutely, that is not the way Ted Musgrave drives. Watch this. Take a look at Newton Moore and Bobby Jr. there.
Oh, not happy.
Yeah, they can't believe it.
Just that's all it takes, too. I mean, he just barely nudged him, but I swear you can go out there in the middle of a corner and just push on a car or truck and go around. There it was right there. That was a smart move, like it keeps him out of the wall, hard out of the wall, but like you said, Phil, he's got square tires.
Wide out in turn number 2 there. The Square D Dodge of Bobby Hamilton, very strong tonight, but we've seen some very strong trucks fall back. Bobby Hamilton, the latest, falling back behind the pack. Out in front, it's Tony Stewart.
Look at that battle. Bobby Hamilton. Oh, he wrecks Brendan Gaughan on the last turn. They came across the checker, but he got into Brendan big time.
Yeah, he absolutely turned him. There was no question about that. I don't know what. Obviously, Bobby must not have been happy about something, but he without a doubt turned Brendan into the wall there and wiped out his truck after the checkered flag.
That was definitely with no question.
Tony Stewart claims his 2nd NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series win in 3 starts. Great percentage for our 2002 Winston Cup points champion. We take a look back at the problems Brendan Gaughan and Bobby Hamilton caused after they crossed the start-finish line.
Well, watch this right now. Bobby Hamilton on the top side. They're going to come across start-finish line with no problem. That's Brendan way down there in the 62. Cross the start-finish line now. Bobby turns into him right here and just takes him into the wall. I don't know what that's about.
Bobby must have been upset about something that happened earlier that we maybe did not see, but he certainly took Brendan out there without question.
That was a payback for something. That was
and very good to see.
Well, thank you, Barry. It certainly is the action track here at Richmond. Bobby Hamilton, summarize your evening for me.
It was actually a good evening. We done a lot of testing last week, as a lot of people know, with some help from some Dodge engineers. We spent 2 days at Atlanta, 2 days at Colorado, and come here and never touched a truck and just unloaded and worked on race run stuff. Still didn't have to touch anything. Made a qualifying run, was 3rd quickest, and hands down had the truck to beat tonight. I wasn't really concerned about Tony getting by me because he had done it one time before. And it took me about 3 laps to get going, then I picked up and get about 2 tenths quicker than most. I think it'd been between me and him, but the Mopar Dodge spun the Square D Dodge out. Sent some little bitty midget down there to our toolbox to say that he accidentally got on the flat. Sort of have a hard time believing that since he's got about 1 million laps here.
Well, what happened on the very last lap there with you in the 62?
Oh, Brendan, always the high line, you know what I mean? And I thought he was on the high line, and I pulled down, and he shot up under me, and I got loose and hooked him in the left rear. He brags about the high line all the time. He should have just stayed there. Ask him. I'm sure he's got plenty of words.
No, he wasn't too bad, but that is Bobby Hamilton. We appreciate his time, and pretty crazy finish here.
The best name for these Cup drivers that come down to the trucks. With more, Ray Dunlap.
Hey, Rick, the yellow flag just came out, so let's see what happens here on pit road. We are now inside the window for these guys to be able to make this on 2 stops. They needed to get past lap 22. We're now at 36. So we'll update you on what's happening on pit road, and we'll get back to that story.
All right. And problems with J.C. Stout in the 91, as he has problems as well. Phil Bonnefeld was in the 23 and got spun around. That's what brought the caution out. But now the 91 of Stout having problems as well.
That's got up here and come in here after the pits get open for the lead flap down cars.
Yeah, it may have been something on the racetrack there that caused JC to get turned around there.
Right.
See, he's made some contact with somebody with the right front of his truck.
That was kind of strange because quite a while after Bonnefield's spin that happened.
That's the closest Carl Edwards has been to Jimmy Spencer all day, right there.
Yeah. Or anybody else.
Yeah, since the first lap, that's about as close as anyone's been to him. But you saw, though, as he was coming to take the caution flag, Jimmy Spencer pulled way over the inside and let a whole bunch of guys get a lap down. That's a pretty gentlemanly thing for Jimmy to do. Hey, some guys are struggling a little bit. Let me let them have their lap back.
And he's already put a few guys down. There are 20 trucks that are still on the lead lap right now. Shane Sieg being the last truck in the 08 that is on the lead lap.
Yep, here they come.
Here comes everybody.
And your leaders coming down pit road, led by the Team ASE CarQuest Dodge of Jimmy Spencer. Let's go down to the pits and Ray Dunlap.
Is in pit road here. These guys said they wanted to do 4 tires for Edwards. They got the left sides done. We're working on the left sides now on the Super Chips Ford, and Carl goes down pit road. Barry Dodson.
Number 2 pits, Barry blazing fast pit stop, 16:20, 4 tires, a little bit of gas, no changes. And somebody left without a Goodyear tire, or one got out of the pits. Hopefully not the 2. It'll be a penalty if it is. I'll find out.
As we watch the wheel roll down pit road, we'll find out whose that was. Nobody would normally want to claim that.
Got a man down here in Carl Edwards' pit. We see guys attending to one of the guys down.
Let's take a look at the replay here of Carl Edwards' pit stop. He slides in there awful hard.
Oh! Yeah, he got into the tire carrier for sure. He also got into the gas man right there laying on the back with the back quarter.
Carl Edwards sliding in there actually hit another guy that hit the man that's down in blue there. But we're talking about a truck just hit that guy. So
a 3,400-pound truck. You know, Carl locked the rear brakes up as he came in, and the back end slid around there, made some contact with him. But fortunately, he was almost stopped. He was within obviously a trunk length of being completely stopped. But we can see the guy moving around there. That's a great sign. We've got NASCAR right on the money. They're getting people over to take a look at him.
See the dent there in the left rear quarter where the body hit. I tell you, these things, it's easy to do to lock up the rears because a lot of guys have a little bit more rear brake to help the truck brake straight so it doesn't want to do. We'll take a look at why this caution happened originally here.
Again, we had Phil Bonnefeld that had got spun around in the number 23, and you see him back in the background.
By himself, up kind of high. It looked like he was in the gray area. Tried to cut down, and around she goes.
And then when the caution came out, you see J.C. Stout getting into the side of Bobby Hamilton, probably just wasn't really aware that Bobby had slowed down and everybody had slowed down.
That's probably as a result of Jimmy Spencer slowing down to let guys get his lap back. J.C.'s hearing his spotter saying, come on, come on. He's slowing down to let you have your lap back. So he was racing. Bobby Hamilton.
Welcome back to Loudon, New Hampshire. You see the 59 of Robert Presley with damage to the front of that. We are under caution number 3, and this is why. In front, they're getting a little bit loose. The 98.
Oh,
Jared Roby
nowhere to go at all. I mean, he just trapped Robert to the top side. Watch it here again.
Yes, he's down on the bottom of the racetrack, got loose, got into Bobby Dowder. Around he went. Robert Presley had already committed to the outside. Absolutely nowhere to go.
Rick Crawford coming in for a pit stop, and look at that, the hood up on that, not good for the number 14 team. Let's go down to Ray Dunlap.
Well, Rick, on that last pit stop, they did right side tires only. Crawford was complaining that his truck was tied off, but as they just got ready for that last restart, he said the engine has a miss. The guys thought maybe there was a plug wire off, so that's why they brought him in. They have taken a look at that, and they don't see any plug wires off. They are on their way back down pit road. Barry, what's happening on your end?
Robert Presley's in a lot of cosmetic damage, but hopefully that looks like that's all it is. And what a tough break for Robert, coming off 2 back-to-back second-place finishes, Bristol and Richmond. Back upstairs.
So Robert Presley races off pit road, and we'll be back for more green flag racing from here at New Hampshire. And Brendan Gaughan. You see the Super Chips 99 of Carl Edwards. He's currently in 5th position, and we had talked a little bit earlier about one of his crew members that was having problems. He slid in, and oh, you see the man in blue there. That's Rabbi, and they call him Rabbi. He was taken away and put on an ambulance. They're going to check him out, and so he was taken to the care center to have a little further check on how he's doing. More on that, Ray Dunlap.
Well, Rick, because of all the confusion, when the Rabbi got hit down there, they did not get all of the fuel in the number 99. Now, these guys can go somewhere between 87 and 89 laps on a full set of fuel, but the 99 truck is almost 20 laps short of what everybody else was. So when these guys came in and pitted, they'll have to do it 20 laps earlier than everybody else that pitted in that same sequence.
And we've gotten word that the Rabbi is awake and alert. He's just going in for evaluation because he had mentioned a little bit of soreness maybe in the hip and the leg area. So just to give you an update on him. Now, but the other thing is, what is Carl Edwards thinking? Does he know that one of his guys got drilled there? And
Dorsey, I doubt that they even told him. Now, he knew he obviously slid the brakes coming in, but that's not something they probably would want to tell Carl, especially, I mean, no matter what the condition is. After the race, they'll certainly tell him that Carl's going to be very, very apologetic and very sorry that that happened. As you see, Brendan Gaughan.
And why we're under caution is because the 98 of Jared Roby had slowed trying to get into the pits, and you see him up there. He's trying to get down, but nobody is going to allow him because they're all racing. And so he gets stuck out and can't get into the pits. And so he decides to move down on the low side of the track, and because he wasn't off the track in time, they bring out the 5th caution.
And what's funny about this is right here, he's trying to get in the pits pretty desperately, and I was looking at Phil, looking at his driver's helmet in there. He keeps rolling his head back up and forth like he's out of breath or something, like you know, there's something wrong inside that truck. And he subsequently pulled around the end of the pit wall, came in backside.
So we're over halfway here at New Hampshire. We've completed 108 laps of the 200.
Marble on fuel, and say Carl Edwards doesn't and can win this race, he will then tie as the rookie for 4 wins. Actually takes the lead.
Well, he'll tie Kurt Busch, who got 4 wins in his rookie season back a couple
What a
years
season
ago.
he's had.
And so we've talked about how Jimmy Spencer wasn't sure if he could make it on fuel, and looky here, the 7 having problems.
Caution is out.
That's going to close things up. It's going to give these guys a little cushion on fuel, but it's going to put Carl Edwards, who was extremely fast, right on Jimmy Spencer's bumper.
Caution number 7 comes out here at New Hampshire.
Tough break for Stuart Kirby. Had a great run going, stayed in the lead lap this entire race, and made some pretty hard contact. Let's take a look, see if we can take a look at what happens here. See him coming off the corner right there on the inside of Terry Cook. Got a little bit sideways, trying to stay off of Terry Cook. Slid down, made contact on the inside wall.
Hits hard on the inside wall. We'll take another look at that as we will come back to racing action here at New Hampshire and find out if anyone does pit strategy to win this race. And welcome back to the New Hampshire 200 live here on Speed in Loudon, New Hampshire. This is why we're on caution number 7. The 7.
Stuart Kirby. Yeah, he's in the 7 underneath right there. Terry Cook tried to stay off him, gets loose. Great save right here. I mean, he still hits the wall, but that could have been a head-on big one right there.
Sure was. He got the thing caught, but he ran out of racetrack there, ran into the outside wall, made some pretty hard contact.
2 weeks in a row, the 7's had problems. Let's go down to the trackside and Ray.
Well, thank you, Rick. On lap 179, Terry Cook brought the Power Stroke diesel forward down the pit road. They put right side tires on it. He was running 13th. He was a little bit tight in the center, a little bit free off, so they went down 2 rounds on the track bar. I think this was a great move for these guys. They were on the lead lap running 13th. They didn't lose much. They got fresh tires on. Mark it down that they'll restart, I believe, 16th. We'll see what kind of progress they can make. Hey, Barry, what happened to the 16?
Going underneath. David Starr going for the 3rd position.
That caution comes out to 14 of Rick Crawford.
Smoke out of the back. They just blew a motor in practice right in the happy hour back then, and they said this was the motor that they ran last week. It had been freshened up, and This is what you don't like to see. He just pulls it right on into the garage, which means he's blown that thing up.
We're back to racing.
Chad Chaffin in the 18 Dickies Dodge falling out off the pace.
They may have a burnt spark plug wire on the Dickies Dodge. Chad came on the radio and said it just is missing real bad, so he switched ignition boxes, said that didn't make it much better, so they believe they may have a plug wire that's gotten burned. He said he's definitely just using 7 cylinders right now.
Caution number 2 out on the track, coming out at lap 30 for who we are riding with, Dennis Setzer.
See Dennis on the outside of Travis Quapple there. Travis got loose, a little bit loose, ran Dennis up the racetrack, got up in the loose stuff, and he almost saved it, and then usually the second time, Dorsey, is when the thing gets away from you.
Watch right here. He goes through the grass, hits the outside road. He knows he's going to back into the wall, lights it up right here, lights the thing up on the throttle, and keeps himself out of the way.
It's caution number 1 coming out at lap 21 because of Paul Menard getting turned around a little bit.
Just got loose, looks like Dorsey getting in the corner.
And look at Brendan. Brendan read it really good. He locked up the brakes for just a minute, moved up, knowing that the Menard 33 was going to stay down, got around. But that's what it's like. You're winning the race. That's how close you can get into a wreck, and you're the point leader.
Brendan Gaughan still out in front of John Wood. John Wood had a good, strong run towards the end of that last green flag run.
Crash on the track.
Jerry Hill again in the 5. He'd been trying to get out of everybody's way, and I don't know if he got helped around. I kind of suspect he did. Look at the back of the truck. You can see somebody's pushed up underneath him.
Let's see if we can take a look. Looks like he looks like he's by himself, but he may have had a little contact and kind of sent him in that corner a little bit harder than he wanted to go.
I think the 72 guys, got into the back of him. Randy McDonald, I think, is what set that off. Got underneath. We know there's been contact. You can see underneath the back, the balance is pushed up. But Jerry Hill been trying to get out of the way. It's just tough here.
Currently 20 trucks on the lead lap, and John Wood is picking away at all 20 of them.
Oh, 3 wide. 3 wide trying to get by Jerry Hill. The guy can't hide no matter where he goes.
Jerry's been in the middle of about everything that's happened this race, but it's incredible that we're 74 laps into this race. Oh, there's a trouble. David Starr. Wow, spun around.
Now hold your position. Caution's out.
Doesn't look like he made contact, Phil, with anything. But body works clean.
See our leader right there, John Wood. He got going right in. David Starr, the 75, Brendan, the 62, and Bobby Hamilton.
Oh!
Sideways.
I told you he was loose off. That was about it, right? Brendan in trouble.
There's your leader. Your points leader spinning with 7 laps to go.
That'll bring a yellow out. I can't see anything, and I'm not down there.
Caution flag flies.
Keep the fenders on it.
Brendan Gaughan tries to get turned around and go the right direction.
Be a first truck lap. We're going to get our lap back here, bud.
Watch here, because that was something else. Gets down in the corner, cuts in the back of 75 just a little bit, not too much. 75 gets loose. Now, right here, they touch again, and it puts the nose too much down, and around goes right. Now, he lights it up like that to try to keep from going back up the racetrack in front of everybody.
And keep it running, too. Try to keep the engine running. See another look of it. They got inside. Looks like Brendan maybe even drove in the corner a little bit too hard. David might have had him pushed down a little bit on the bottom of the racetrack, but unfortunately, he's going to lose a lap while this went on.
He was trying not to wreck, and in doing so, he pinched down so tight to try not to get into David that when they just barely bumped, and you're going to see it here.
You see him drop to the inside of David right here. Listen. That's what we talk about, trying to keep that thing from backing up into the wall. Light those tires up, keep it moving forward.
2 to go. You know what to do.
Barry?
Great big bumper on the IWX Chevy, except for the headlight. But Dennis Setzer says, guys, I'm better off on cold tires on restarts. That's what he has.
Boy, is he better. Look at that. Did you see Travis Quapple light it up, go sideways? Forget it. He's gone.
That's going to give the race to Dennis Setzer right now. But look at Ted Musgrave going for the 3rd position on the inside of John Wood. Travis Quapple spinning the tires, seized up the 50 of John Wood. That allowed Ted Musgrave to get such a good run on him and trying to move into the 3rd position.
White flag flies for your leader as he goes by the start-finish line.
Oh, bumping and banging. Carl Edwards on the outside.
The checkered flag will fly for short track ace Dennis Setzer.
Good job, guys. Way to go.
There's the wreck is on. Andy Houston. David Starr's around. He's going again. Andy Houston got spun. Yeehaw.
Carl Edwards in the number 99 got into the 2 of Andy Houston. You see the damage there.
Yeah, quite a bit of damage to Andy.
Not everybody's going to be happy about this.
Some contact there between them coming off the corner.
And it's the same. The Ford takes the 75 around.
Bobby gets into the 75, turns him around. And right in front of that was a battle between Andy Houston in the 2 and Carl Edwards in the 99.
Dennis Setzer celebrating his 3rd win this season. All have come.
Whoa, truck in the wall. David Starr already.
Oh, good call, Phil. David Starr on the first lap hits the wall hard, flipped the right front tire and wheel. It's bent. He's got problems right there already. Ah, what a shame.
You see a tire mark on the side there. That probably contributed to what happened.
Just like Daytona, where the first lap he gets crashed out, and that right front wheel and suspension is bent. That's gonna ruin his day.
He hit that wall extremely hard there. He had to have had some help there. We saw the tire mark on the left side of his truck. He's on pit road now. Unfortunate incident for David Starr. He's so good at this racetrack too, but unfortunately today is not going to be his day.
David Starr comes down pit road. The caution flag will fly. That is caution number 1 here at Texas Motor Speedway.
So take a look and see what happened. I think, Phil, you can call it. I mean, somebody got into him.
See John Wood, the 50 truck right there, just going out of your screen. He was the closest truck to David. We did not see the contact, but we can obviously see right there that he had a lot of contact with the side of the truck and outside wall. Here he came.
What a birthday present, huh? Here we'll see it. Well, I think it already happened. I think they already got together right before that.
Yeah, John Wood may have got loose down there in that corner, and in order to chase his truck up the hill, he ended up getting into David Starr and forced him into the outside wall.
And in practice, qualifying, and then happy hour, John Wood and Carl Edwards both were having problems with their truck, and so John Wood involved in this one here with David Starr. They still might not have the setup on those Fords.
Yeah, unfortunate, especially early on in the race here. The air pressures are low as we see David Starr making contact again with the wall. Air pressure's down low, full of fuel. A lot of these guys have a real hard time. Ray?
Well, Phil, these guys just want to assess the damage here. They're going to put right side tires on it for sure. Find out what they've got there. Take a look at the front spindle, see if he's able to turn it. David said it felt like it was still moving in the direction he wanted it to. So they'll get those right side tires on it, send him back out there, see what kind of feel he has for the Spear Chevy.
We take a look at the 50 of John Wood, and there you see the tire marks on that. He obviously got into the side of David Starr.
Yeah, I don't think our replay showed the major contact like they had. It was much contact, as much damage as on the side of that truck. They made pretty good contact.
Yeah, look at the door, how it's shoved in. I mean, that's a big hit. It really is.
David Starr having problems on lap number 1 here in Texas. Andy Houston out in front after 3 laps. Which would really cause some damage to our points championship.
Oh, trouble in front.
Spin up ahead.
Patrick Lawler in the 15 goes spinning by the 62 of Brendan Gaughan.
Guess what? I was talking about a caution. Here it is.
And I had mentioned how big this would be for our points championship because right now only 4 trucks are on the lead lap.
Hey, remember when we talked about Brendan Gaughan and Travis Quapple stopping and topping those things off? Well, they're 2 of the 4 trucks in the lead lap along with the 2 Roush trucks. What incredible fortune it is for them. Going back to the pack isn't always a bad situation.
And you can see right there, Patrick Lawler's got a cone stuck underneath the truck, and that's going to spit out onto the racetrack and be debris, but we already got a caution, so it doesn't make any difference.
Third caution comes out at Texas Motor Speedway.
There it goes.
Right now, Rick Crawford, our 14 truck, that our leader before that pit stop, is the first truck 1 lap down, so he will get the free pass. We will have 5 trucks on the lead lap when we go back to racing after this round of pit stops.
Is that insurmountable? There's only 5 trucks on the lead lap right now.
That's this, the new kind of deal. If you can do that fuel mileage, that's how the topping those tanks off was so smart for those teams that did that. We knew these trucks, these Roush trucks, would go a long way, but the other guys were smart.
This is why we're under caution as we take a look back.
we were watching out of Brendan's onboard, the 15 truck gets sideways. We saw some sparks there. It looked like a little bit. He must have bottomed out or something. See him sideways there, and we heard Brendan Gaughan's spotter telling him he's up high, he's going down low, going down low. Brendan made the choice to go to the outside with his spotter's help, and fortunately drove right by him. But incredible good break for Carl Edwards, John Wood, Brendan Gaughan, and Travis Kvapil, the 4 trucks right now on the lead lap. And again, Rick Crawford will join them here just in a few moments.
That thing either, like you said, it either bottomed out for some reason, which you wouldn't think it should right now. Take a look right now. Up in front, 2 trucks. There it goes. Something breaks, I think. And watch Brendan. He's off the throttle. He's on the brake lightly. Gets through. Right. But that's how close. That could have ruined his whole day right there.
Big time. Carl, right now the caution flag is out. The field will be frozen right now.
Stan Boyd in the 89. Loses it coming out of 4 and spins without any contact.
What a terrific break for Ted Musgrave, for Terry Cook, for Dennis Setzer. I think, unfortunately, that Andy Houston was going to be passed already, but he's going to get the virtue of the free pass. He's going to be able to drive right back by him.
We will shake everything down when we come back from this commercial break, as we are under caution number 4 in Texas.
What'd you say, Rick?
It's going to shake everything down.
You just said Dennis Setzer, and he is not on the lead lap.
He got a lap back.
He's 2 laps
well,
down.
I understand, but I mean,
he's not one.
He was still lucky because he got a lap back just now. I'm not saying he's in the lead lap. He got a lap back.
Okay.
See, I'd have thrown you under the bus on the air if it had been me. I'm glad you didn't do that. You just pointed at me and told me I was crazy and everything. But thank you for not.
Are you nuts?
That's
what
okay.
Are you nuts?
Yeah. You know, I understand how it is. You know, you just see a guy make an error and then just jump right all over him,
smash him into the ground.
Is this the replay of Becky Gordon?
No.
Oh.
Oh, by himself.
By himself.
Oh, get on
She's
throttle. Get on throttle.
He did.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Stan Boyd. Slide for life.
Yeah. That was a let's get these trucks back in the lead lap kind of caution flag is what that was.
Yes, it was. That's exactly what that was.
99 and 16 are in.
Wonder how much money he'll get paid on that one.
Carl was very loose. Let's see what they do.
More fuel, of course.
Right side tires?
16.
No, they didn't. What'd they do? Oh, just for fuel?
Maybe air. No.
No, they just
got to go.
They just jacked it up so they get more fuel.
He can make it the rest of the way. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. What are they doing to Kvapil down there? Work on the right front.
Yeah. Looks like he might have got into somebody. The one's in too. 29.
29's in.
We know. You might want to mention that Dennis Setzer did get a lap back, but he was being shown 2 laps down. That put him down.
Do you want to reiterate that?
We can.
Just say, you know, I'd mentioned that Dennis Setzer was going to benefit from that.
Yeah.
It's him getting a lap back. He'll still be 1 lap down.
Yeah. And Andy Houston will, in fact, get the free pass when they get ready.
That's
to
trouble for everybody. Getting him back on the lead lap. Can trucks at pit now.
Yeah, well, the Fords can for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys. Here comes everybody.
It's the Silverado 350 on speed. We're under caution, and this is why.
Take a look at Stan Boyd as he loses it coming off turn 4. All by himself. Now he's going back in the wall. Get on the throttle. Get on. There, he lights it up. That's a good, smart move. Down to the infield he goes. He's not going to hit anything. Had he not got on the throttle, he'd have backed in the wall. But that brings out a caution, which changes the whole perplexity.
While we're under caution, we've got trucks in on the pit side. Let's go down to Ray. Coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Silverado 350 on Speed Channel is brought to you by the 4,000 CarQuest stores in North America. You'll find it at CarQuest. And by Domino's Pizza, the official pizza of NASCAR. As we go spinning around with Andy Houston in the the Team ASE Conquest Dodge.
Wow, we were just riding on board there, and we're right behind. He was behind the number 4, and I saw smoke come out the exhaust, maybe some oil. Looks like Andy Houston got an oil.
He made some.
Spotted. I don't know if they're blown out. They're gonna be. All right, you're okay. Make your cars turn.
We saw some damage to the back of the truck. You see the damage right there in the back of the truck. So he made some contact probably with the inside wall. But as you mentioned, Dorsey, we were watching. That's Bobby Hamilton's truck right in front of me. You see the smoke.
That's probably oil. Looks smoke come out. Look right here. He's in some oil. Either that or he cut a tire, one or the other.
Almost made a terrific save, but as the thing got back straight, went on around, he's going to make contact with the inside wall. What a tough break for Andy Houston.
Look here on board, Dennis Setzer. 2 trucks or 3 trucks up in front, I think, is where you're going to see this. Right there. God, you almost got to think that's oil there. The way that thing just broke free, you know. Get the front view. Lights it up. Good job staying out of the outside wall. Thought he had it saved. And unfortunately, the inside wall got him right. Bam!
Right at the very tail
Look like
end
I standing there. I'd be getting back if I was him.
Story of this race could be the fact that there were only 6 trucks on the lead lap, and caution laps came into play. Also, pit stops came into play. Let's take a look at the Craftsman pit crew close-up with the 62 team.
He'll be driving a Dodge because he just recently signed with Toyota.
Trouble, guys. The 53, we see it right there, has crashed in turn 4. TJ Bell knocked the fuel pump off probably. We see him inside there trying to get out.
Great to see him moving around, Dorsey, because he made some hard contact with the wall. You can see all the damage to that truck.
And great to see the crew there. I mean, they were right smack on the money. Got that flames extinguished, fires out. Looks like it's just about done.
And that's why, Dorsey, we don't race back to the flag anymore. That's why they have that new rule where we do not race back to the caution, so the emergency crews can get to these guys quickly. And I don't know that I've ever seen an emergency crew get to anybody as quick as they got to TJ Bell.
Well, right now he's ingested a bunch of extinguisher powder. Looks like maybe limping along there too. TJ Bell's safe and out of the truck anyway.
TJ Bell trying to get some fresh air as the safety crew was attending to him. We're under caution number 6 at Texas Motor Speedway. TJ Bell bringing out our 6th caution. Brendan Gaughan out in front. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series live on speed from Fort Worth, Texas. We're on board with Brendan Gaughan as TJ Bell's number 53 gets carried away.
Big hit, even dented the roof. See that, Phil?
Yeah, sure did. See the damage right there on the right front. Made hard contact. Great to see TJ walking, even though he was limping, and I'm sure it knocked the wind out of him, as it does. When you take a shot like that, Dorsey, as you well know, it knocks the wind out of you, so it takes you a little bit to get your breath.
These 2 guys are really good friends and really big competitors against one another.
Another problem on the track.
Chad Chaffin, one of those.
Yeah. Andy Petrie, the 33. Randy McDonald in the 72 truck.
We've got 18 trucks on the lead lap. Here is why we were under caution number 6. We'll be back for the conclusion after this.
Well, guys, I'm down here with Jack Roush. Hey, how in the world do you pick a guy to root for when you get in this situation?
I just hope they stay off one another and race clean to the end.
This time by Dennis James will show them the white flag. Just over a half mile of racing to go. John Wood out in front.
Spinning over in 4.
That's Petrie again.
No caution.
They've already taken the white flag. So if a caution does come out, it will come out with the checkered, I believe.
Look at the battle for second place. We had a problem right there. Carl Edwards checked up. He's going to be all right, though.
John Wood comes out of turn 4 and will win in Virginia. John Wood, your winner of the advanced.
The first caution flag of the day has flown here at Phoenix International Raceway. Let's take a look at why. There's Terry Cook right there with he and Matt Crafton. Now, these guys have been together some earlier this year. You see Matt Crafton, he drove on the inside, got a little bit loose, kind of had to move up the racetrack to catch his truck, got into Terry Cook, turned Terry around. Terry did not hit the wall, so there's no damage to the truck other than a little minor sheet metal damage.
That's just a little bit of a rub right there, and it doesn't hurt either truck at all. But like you said, Phil, these guys have got history, so you got to wonder if, you know, what's going to happen the rest of the race.
Barry?
Down here in Brendan Gaughan's pits, expect him in. Here he comes right now. The truck's been loose in. Look for a track bar adjustment. He should be going down a round and a half on the track bar on the right rear.
Ted Musgrave is in the Mopar Dodge. This will be 4 tires for these guys. They dropped the track bar 2 rounds. They have just a little bit of a hang up on the left rear. Musgrave has got his service all done. They lose a lug nut. Keith Plaza loses a lug nut. Musgrave is going to lose 4 or 5 spots here on pit road.
Saw a 2-tire change on Brendan Gaughan there. I'm sure some strategy by Shane Wilson to try to possibly see if he could get out in the lead. See if we can take a look at the race off pit road here. You see, that's the line right there. You see Brendan Gaughan on the outside. The Orleans Dodge beat Kevin Harvick's Looney Tunes Chevrolet. So that could eventually get the lead for Brendan Gaughan and 5 points.
Absolutely 5 points. And track position's everything here at this point early in this race.
Here is why we are under caution at Phoenix International Raceway. Gaughan and John Wood.
You see him come down the front straightaway. That's Carl Edwards right behind him with the 99 truck. You see John get a little bit loose as he gets in. He has to chase the truck up the hill. Made a slight bit of contact with Brendan Gaughan, but did a great job saving that thing, Dorsey.
He didn't give up on it. You could have give up on that pretty easy and locked her down, but he didn't. Watch what Carl Edwards does. He sees it. Oh, man, that could have gone the other way, too.
Yeah, he just turned left and said, "See ya, John."
Yeah. Uh-oh, this one wasn't so lucky.
Phil Bonnefeld in the 23 getting spun around, and the caution comes out. That's caution number 2. We could see pit strategy come into play here.
Tremendous break for Travis Quapple. Stayed out, falling all the way back to the 13th position. Desperately needs to get some fresh tires on, so a tremendous break for Travis Quapple.
Again, no racing back to the line. In NASCAR, the rule was changed a few races back in all of the series. Travis Quapple did not come in on the first caution on lap 36. He stayed out to lead a lap, get the 5 bonus points.
He's breathing a sigh of relief. He needed this bad.
So we're fairly confident Travis Quapple will come into pit. When we come back, we'll tell you who else will. This is Kelly Sutton in the Team Copaxson 02. We got into the wall in turn number 2, brought out caution number 3. Let's take a look at how it happened.
On the inside of the racetrack there, gets a little bit loose here, I think. 08. She got loose. Tried to correct it. The truck actually turned back to the right. She turned back to the left again, but ran out of racetrack there. Made hard contact.
That was a hard hit. It really was. Take a look at it from the back. Now you see it wiggle, one correction. Now it gets away from her. Bang! That was a big hit.
Well, that just about takes my breath away watching her hit that wall that hard.
So you're sliding along the wall. Again, in turn 2, we had talked about that wasn't a factor of the new configuration of the track, but that's where she comes to rest.
And she did that pretty much on her own. I mean, a little air off the spoiler maybe, but she just broke free, overcorrected, and got into the wall quite hard.
Great to see her out of the truck, though, walking to the ambulance. Here waving at the crowd there, so great to see her out.
Kelly Sutton will head to the infield care center, get checked out, and we'll be back with Green Flag Racing from Phoenix.
Just up real high, Phil.
Looked like he got, there you see him make some contact with the wall there. He got in the corner maybe a little bit too hard, slid up the racetrack a little bit, made a little bit of contact, but here he is. These guys to try to overcome.
And as Barry said at the beginning, this is the very first long run, and we got another sideways truck, and this one's going to go around. That's the 7th.
Tyler Walker spins in the corner, and oh, very close.
One of the Ultra Motorsports boys.
We saw our point leader, Brendan Gaughan, just sneak by on the outside as Tyler Walker was spinning.
And caution number 1 comes out as Tyler Walker can't handle it coming out of turn 4. Gets sideways.
Well, that would be one way that some of these teammates could change the outcome of this race, is if they start wrecking in the middle of everybody.
I think we get a replay of that. We'll see how close Brendan Gaughan came. Let's see if we can take a look right now. Keep an eye out for Brendan Gaughan. See right there, that's a 7 truck right on the outside. Look at Brendan Gaughan right up against the wall. They're seeing, watch him sneak by on the outside. Very close call for our point leader.
A different angle looking at Tyler Walker.
Did a great job, Dorsey, of keeping the thing out of the outside wall.
Look at Brendan. This is what it looks like. You see him moving around up here.
Clear. Come on down. Cautious out. Cautious out.
Here's the first incident that took place earlier with our championship contender, Travis Kvapil, getting sideways on the apron.
I think Terry Cook might have had something to do with that.
Looked like Travis backed off going in the corner. Terry really ran up in there hard and got into him. Watch how sideways he gets here. Watch this. See the contact right there. Terry Cook makes contact. He is almost 90 degrees sideways and saves that thing, Dorsey.
Well, I tell you what, his arms were thrashing in there, not to get it saved the first time, but to keep it from going back up the banking and into the wall. That was a whale of a maneuver.
So far, Dennis Setzer was right behind Travis Kvapil when that spin took place. Brendan Gaughan was right behind Tyler Walker when that spin took place. We're involving almost all of our title contenders, and we've only got through 4 laps.
And it's a long way to go.
Now is the worst case scenario for the 2 tires.
Oh, trouble up in the wall. Oh, good save, but see who that was.
That's Tyler Walker.
Yes, Tyler Walker. He's been in trouble the whole race. His truck just hadn't handled for him. But right now, like I said, the worst time for the 2 tires because the pressures have got to equalize the rights to the lefts, where the guys with 4 tires are going to be a little bit more easier to work with.
And they drive really funny when those tire pressures are all mixed up like that.
Yep.
We stay green.
That's surprising after that pretty hard hit in the wall by Tyler.
Tyler Walker. Oh, and the caution flag now comes out.
Brandon is around.
Big problems. Our point leader gets spun around and hit hard into the wall.
I don't believe it.
All because they were coming to the yellow.
Oh, and he hit very hard.
My.
Oh, my goodness.
Brian Refner coming in the number 80 as Brendan Gaughan was sliding to the inside of the track.
Yeah, Brian had committed to the bottom of the racetrack. He really had nowhere to go.
They were coming down in the yellow. You know, we were saying no yellow, no yellow. All of a sudden the yellow pops out. Brandon slowed down and got nailed from behind. That's what got him spinning.
Safety crews will get out there and check on these drivers.
Brendan, you okay?
You see Brendan taking the steering wheel off. Through the steering wheel.
Oh, he's just disgusted right now. He's just really
just brokenhearted.
Yeah.
I mean,
the championship just went away.
And he knows that. That's what he's feeling right now. He'll tell these guys, I'm all right, just leave me alone.
He just can't believe it. Had a great truck, come from the back. But, you know, I was concerned about where he was in the restart there because he needed to be thinking about being very cautious. And I'm sure he was, but his dad, that's his dad. And
Michael Gaughan.
He can't believe it either.
Nobody can believe it.
They fought this war. They'd come this far and have it in like that.
So he really took a shot from Brian Refner there. Again, Brian had nowhere to go, but, man, he hit him hard.
And that was in the grass, so there was no slowing up to be done.
What a shame.
But we've got 3 other championship contenders now. They see Brendan's truck over there. Their spotters are telling them, hey, our point leader's out. They don't want to have to win a championship this way. But right now, they're going to have to put that out of their mind, and they're going to have to go for that. We've got a real battle now.
Let's take a look at what happened.
It's a stack-up effect.
That's
right
Marty
here.
Houston in the 10 out here in front sliding.
Oh, he got nailed.
Yeah, got nailed by Marty. Sent him into the outside wall head on. Hard contact. You're going to see he's going to slide down the racetrack. Again, smoke, debris going everywhere.
Now the racetrack's completely covered in antifreeze.
Marty's against the outside wall. Now Brendan's truck's going to dive to the inside. Brian had already committed to the bottom of the racetrack there. Man, hit him.
Man, that was a big hit. Luckily, right behind the door on the rear axle. Luckily for Brendan there, hit right at the post.
Yeah, you can see where it's all back in here and not.
There's a spring bouncing out. You tell me that's not a hard.
There was where the most of the impact was, right there. Fortunately, not right on the door.
Brendan Gaughan has climbed out of the number 62. Not happy. The championship just slipped out of his fingers.
And and he knows it, and it's the worst feeling in the world. He just wants to go somewhere and hide.
So close, so close. The man drove so well all year.
And again, not of his own making, just in the wrong place, wrong time. Been in the right place all year long. Happened that time. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You had a boy.
Yeah. Brendan knows he was #1 today.
You did it, man. He's had a great year.
He's got such a great attitude there. He is so much fun to be around.
He's a fighter, I'll tell you that.
This is, he may not get this championship today, but he's going to win his share of championships. He already has in his career.
Yeah, he's done a great job all year long.
Great showman.
Let's look again at the devastation that has hit the Orleans team.
See Marty Houston right there, the front, right front. He actually had to go up high to avoid one of the IWX trucks. And when he did, he got up in a loose stuff there, lost control of that thing, and came down and caught Brennan in the right rear corner.
Was that Quaffle that was? Ooh, man, that was a hit. That's a hard lick.
I couldn't tell if that was Travis or if that was Jack Sprague and the other IWX.
I couldn't either, but man, I
truck.
almost got him too.
Take another look
see
at
who
this.
that is down on the bottom there, Phil.
I think that was Sprague right there. That's Travis.
Yeah, it almost got him too.
And folks, just to get a perspective on this, when they're coming down that straightaway, even though there was damage and there was parts flying, Brendan Gaughan's truck probably hit at least at 100 miles an hour by Brian Refner.
Look how close. I mean, Quaffle was right there.
And of course, not an intentional situation. Nothing you can do. Just one of those racing things like we talk about. But there's a championship shot right there.
And nobody wanted to see it end this way. No one. Not Ted Musgrave, not Travis Quaffle, not Dennis Setzer. They want to win a championship by beating the other drivers.
I think that was Brendan's teammate right there.
I think the other car, the other truck, 61 truck, got in the wall as well.
Brendan Gaughan acknowledging to the crowd as they cheered him on as he got out of the truck. He appreciates their support.
He needs that right now too. It make him feel better.
Coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Ford 200 on Speed Channel is brought to you by the next Ford F-150 and by Super Chips, the official automotive performance chip of Roush Racing. Max Micro Tuners give you more power for tow and go. Brendan Gaughan's number 62 being taken off of the track. We have a shot on board with Brendan Gaughan as he went through that ugly ride.
Okay, caution's coming out.
Watch out.
Oh. Boy.
It's hard to even put in words how that impact felt, isn't it, Dorsey?
Because people at home have never been through something like that. It's just a wicked thing. You know, knocks your breath out of you. You don't know what's happened for a minute. It takes you a while to realize there went my championship. Am I okay or not okay? You just don't know.
Now, as devastated as Brendan Gaughan and his team are, these guys have got to start thinking, we've got a championship to win. Look at how close the points are now.
Well, the worst right now that Brandon can finish is 32nd, based on the laps we got to go. So these cats have still got to get to the end.
Yeah, if all these other three competitors, something was to happen, they were to fall out of this race, then Brendan could still win this championship now. Yeah. Obviously, the odds are against that.
The odds are against that, yeah. Not very likely, but then we didn't expect this to happen either.
You got to know the crew chiefs of these guys are all yakking like crazy right now, saying, oh, man, only this many laps left. You guys can do it. You got to buckle it up right now. And
well, they were all racing Brendan to start, before now. Now they're racing each other.
And it's going to be a race.
And they're all right there pretty close together. Quaffle's 9th, Sesser's 8th, and Ted Musgrave's 12th. So they're in a little wad right there. Little mini wad.
Mini wad.
don't say a wad quite yet. That might not
a wad yet. Might turn into one.
Might be one.
Little mini wad right now.
There's Musgrave. He's the last truck right now on the lead lap in 12th. But remember, the reason he's that far back is he made so many pit stops on that previous caution flag.
Dennis Setzer, running for a title in 1999, finished up third because of an accident that was not of his doing. Someone else took him out of the race.
Just like we just saw with Brendan Gaughan.
Yep.
And you absolutely hate for Brendan that happened, and these guys hate it for him too, and they're going to say that because Brendan was a class of the he was a class field again.
Dennis Setzer being shown in 8th position. Travis Kvapil being shown in 9th. And again, the reason that we are under caution is because of this problem coming out of turn 4. Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Grand Finale here at Homestead Miami Speedway. And things have, for the worse, just got better for 3 drivers.
Yeah, the sun's going down, and of course it's already gone down for Brendan, but got 3 guys here that's in a hot battle now. I mean, we're going to see some real action.
And a championship, things like this happen in auto racing. This is the way some races are won and lost, and some championships are won and lost.
Got one to go here, and you know, we're going to these guys are going to have to suck it up. They're going to do some real hard racing right now because they got to finish ahead of each other.
I'll tell you what, Daryl, you know what, all of us know it really. This can be the most cruel sport in the entire world, and it can give you the highest high that could ever be achieved, and all at the same time.
The peaks are never as high as the valleys are low, I can promise you.
25 laps remain in this race. Let's take a look back at what just happened.
10 truck just got up high down there. They were coming to the caution, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but the 10 got up into the loose stuff, got in the fence, and when he came off, he got into Brendan, and then, man, that 80 truck just pile driving him.
Look at all the debris on the grass there.
I mean, he was so fortunate that it was behind the driver's door.
Brian Refner, the driver of the number 80, also to the care center to check him out. Because again, that was a
that's a hard lick
hit.
on, you know, Refner.
He was conscious, and he, under his own power, went to
well,
the
he's
ambulance.
probably got that left leg on that brake pedal. When she hits something that hard, well, it's going to be sore at best.
Rick Crawford now setting the pace as he sits out in front of Barry Dodson, who's with Brendan Gaughan.
Not only a great race car driver, but a good friend. Brendan, this morning I said I didn't think that the other team trucks would be a factor. I'm glad you're okay if you are, and other than that, I do not know what to say.
Neither do I, Barry. Pretty calm most of the time. We had a Dodge that could win the championship, and Jimmy Smith can kiss my ass.
There you have it. I really feel bad for you.
That's right.
Well, that's just frustration, you know, disappointment. That's John Wood, and I believe he can get by him all right. Then he just follows the 11 problems.
I don't know who it is yet. Somebody in the wall.
That's Scott Lynch in the Orleans Yerf dog number 61.
And now the caution's out.
Oh, boy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, well, before you leave,
remember back to the very first race of the season, Daytona, green, white, checkered. We do not finish under caution in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Hey, anything can happen in this restart. We know Ted Musgrave may not have the fastest truck, but he's liable to get 2 or 3 positions on a restart. Anything can happen.
well, it'll be single file. That's one thing, so that's going to change things a little bit. But we saw in that restart where they spun the tires.
Oh, look at here, a little side by side.
Oh, he got
DJ
loose.
Jones
got loose on the bottom of the
Sucked him around
right there. Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be big at the end of this thing. For the championship, green, white, checker.
Now, IWX, Steve Coulter, they are the defending champions in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in the IWX Chevrolet. That 16, piloted by Mike Bliss a year ago, won the championship. Travis Kvapil looking to defend the title, but Travis Kvapil is not driving that truck next year.
Well, he may go out a champion. As we talked earlier, right now they're dead tied by virtue of the fact that Ted Musgrave has more wins. He would get the nod right now, but all Travis Kvapil needs is one more position, and he's got a friendly foe about 2 spots in front of him.
Oh, yeah, and I think it's kind of interesting that they traded Sprague for Kvapil, you know. They could be...
Kvapil will come out Bobby Hamilton takes the checkered flag, and Travis Kvapil will win the 2003 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Well, Jimmy,
I think Jimmy Smith may be celebrating a little bit prematurely there, because the black flag was definitely out for Ted Musgrave.
well, just a little confusing.
What a day! What a day!
Oh, man.
I waited 9 years for this.
I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news there.
When the official comes to talk to Jim Smith.
Down here, this
Oh, boy, this is interesting.
Bobby Hamilton winning his second race and winning $10,000 for his team from winning from the pole. The Craftsman Win from the Pole Award.
And you know, I thought Bobby Hamilton would be in this position, a championship battle. I thought he brought his experience in that truck to this series this year. I thought he'd be the man. He started the year off great, and he's ending it great.
Tragic things happening for this championship in 2003. We take a look at the restart. Again, the rule is you cannot pass on the left on the restart. Ted Musgrave.
They have not got to the line. Right there is the line.
Now, he did not make the pass, but he was attempting the pass going to the white line. We take another look at it.
Well, you're not supposed to pop out on the guy until you pass
Start-finish line, yeah.
Whether it's pass or not, I mean, he didn't make the pass, but he's clearly made the pop.
He's almost clearly up beside Dennis Setzer by the time they get to
Well, this is similar to what happened out in Texas earlier this year in the Winston Cup race.
That's
or
right.
in the Busch race.
The Busch race
with Brian
Vickers. Very similar situation.
Except this one was for the championship. I think Jim Smith has just been told
Settle down.
Hey, James.
that he may have a problem.
Any attempt? No, he was up by him too early.
Devastating news for another team in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Facial expression says it all. He just got the bubble burst right there.
Oh, yeah.
I feel so bad for Jimmy Smith. He was one of the founders of this series.
Yeah, out in California, they run the initials, all the first races that were run before they ever moved the series down south. And
who'd have guessed the thing would end out like this?
Yeah, see, they never passed Jack Sprague either. So we talked about Jack Sprague backing off. It never happened.
Yeah.
Travis Kvapil finished behind Jack Sprague, but it looks like if they go ahead and penalize Ted Musgrave, that Travis Kvapil will win this championship for IWX Motorsports.
And obviously Travis feels he's won the championship as he comes to the start-finish line now.
It looked pretty clear that he jumped, but we don't know.
Radio still talking about making the call.
which, if you look at the 46, he is not closed up on the truck in front of him. That's no excuse, but it tells me that he must have been lagging back a little bit. And
there's a couple truck links in between he and the truck of Travis Kvapil that was in front of him.
Yeah, you'd have thought he'd have been right up on the back bumper of.
Remember, he had
16.
transmission trouble earlier too. He had to change transmissions this morning, so he may not have had a good restart transmission in that truck.
The one thing we do know is that the Square D Dodge of Bobby Hamilton won
there you go.
the Ford 200.
Yeah, where is Bobby?
So Bobby Hamilton will be able to celebrate this victory to close out the 2003 season. He was dominant early on in the season. We thought Bobby Hamilton was going to win the 2003 championship, and then problems set in with the Square D Dodge.
But he's been bad to the bone all weekend here. He practiced on the top of the list. He set on pole. He won the race.
Bobby Hamilton Jr., you see throwing, throwing the drinks.
We were watching that championship battle. Bobby Hamilton and Rick Crawford had a tremendous battle for the lead. Rick Crawford actually was credited with leading the white flag lap, 1 lap to go, and Bobby Hamilton ended up beating him through turns 1 and 2 to take the win.
And with the championship race so close, we focused on that, but the conclusion of this race was separated by just 18/100ths of a second.
An awesome race in the front, and, but the championship situation was just unbelievable.
Well, the 16 is on the track, surrounded by people, and the 1 truck is sitting down on pit road all by itself.
Obviously a huge decision for NASCAR here, and so they don't want to make the wrong call. They're going to take their time, make sure they saw exactly what they think they saw. But let's go down to victory lane now. Bobby Hamilton getting out of his truck.
Nashville's finest crawling down right. Oh man, I'm getting champagne, everything all over me. $10,000 Craftsman win from the pole. Bobby, the last 3 or 4 races, you guys have gotten back on track. What a way to carry momentum into 2004.
I tell you what, we feel real good about it, Barry. Guys at the shop been cutting bodies off this thing. I want to thank Ted Flack and all the engineers at Dodge. I don't know who won the championship. I hope Dodge did, but if they didn't, we'll try to help them do it again next year. But, I mean, we just signed Square D again a couple nights ago. Good day for them. Joey Arrington, Goodyear, this new generation tire is the, I can't say the real word because little Bobby got fined for what I want to say. But, anyhow, we want to thank Unical for their past support and everything. I want to thank Mack Truck for helping, Dodge naturally, Square D, Dickies, everybody that's made BHR possible this year. This is for my little sister. I lost her about 2 months ago. And it's a good day. Good day.
Where's that little dog at?
Where's Coco? Look at her out.
Coco joined them in Darlington.
Pawpaw's little girl.
Pawpaw's little girl. How about that?
But anyhow, I want to thank Dodge for all their support. We're looking forward to going next year. Mack Trucks. I know this is abnormal, but I want to thank Ford for sponsoring this race. We need to pay attention to all the manufacturers that sponsor, make the series as great as it is. Craftsman, Unical, like I said, it's just been a great day.
Heck of a job for the Square D Dodge. Great effort. Way to wind it back up.
I'm having fun again.
And that's a great thing for Bobby Hamilton. We take a look
let's
again.
Look at the finish. I mean, I was watching Brandon and those guys, and Travis and those guys.
This is the closing straightaway. Bobby Hamilton just in front of Rick Crawford.
And as you said, Crawford led the lap previous to the final.
So Crawford was really fast on the straightaway. I mean, he had some straightaway speed, but Bobby was better through the turns. Bobby was he was cornering a little bit better.
Emotions roller coastering for everyone in this championship. Brendan Gaughan confronting Jim Smith. NASCAR continues to determine who the 2003 champion is. If Musgrave did not receive the black flag, Ted Musgrave would be your champion. If he did receive the black flag, Travis Quapple is your champion.
Well, if I was Jim Smith, the truck owner of the one, and I thought I had any shot at all, I wouldn't be standing down there on pit road. I'd be up in the big red truck right now doing my politicking.
The new trophy for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series on stage. We'll find out who receives it when we come back. Welcome back to Homestead, Miami. We still have not determined who the champion is in the 2003 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, but this is after the restart.
See, there's Ted Musgrave right there, but again, this is after the restart. Look up at the flag stand. See that flag?
The black flag was displayed.
And
that's a black flag.
You can't pick that one up either.
No, we can see that, but there's no way he could see that flag.
No. It's it could have been for anybody, but I think he probably knew it was for.
Let's go down to Ray Dunlap.
Chris Showalter, the crew chief, sits here talking to Travis Quapple, and here's the story. We still don't know what's going on. What's up with you? You're sitting here and have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, this is crazy. I know if that caution wouldn't have came out, we had it in our hands for sure. We were gaining on the 50 and 11 a bunch every lap, and we just needed to finish 2 spots ahead of Ted, and we were going to do that easily. We had a great truck. We put ourselves in a hole from the first corner of the race. I don't know what happened. The 4 and 18 got bumping each other going into turn 1, and I dove to the bottom. I thought I was clear, and just about had a big wreck right away. I thought it was over, but things went our way. The 62 had problems, and the 46 and I in the 75 or the 1 got the race for it, and they say the 1 jumped that last restart. So if that's the case, he should be the last truck on lead lap, man. If that's the case, we'll be champions.
Which is worse, getting ready to start this race and getting in there with all those nerves, or still sitting here and not knowing?
Well, I don't know. I know we're either first or second, so that's pretty good. We could have came out of here 4th, but the guys did a great job. I mean, we had a great truck all week. Chris Showalter did an awesome job. It was my first time really working with him, just Chris all week, and things really went well for us. We had a good truck all week, and made a couple good adjustments in the race, and you know, we were probably one of the fastest trucks out there.
Okay, let's talk about the big picture for next year. We got Toyota announcements made today. We know you're going there. How weird will it be for you to say sayonara to the team that won the title for 2 years in a row?
Well, I don't know. At least, you know, I didn't get as many victories as this team probably wanted to have, but we completed all but one lap all year long, and that was just because we got spun out at Bakersfield. You know, this team's a great team. You know, they had faith in putting me in the championship-winning truck, and you know, I think we pull it off. I don't know, 2 years in a row for Steve Coulter and IWX Motor Freight is pretty cool.
How close was the call out there when Brendan got involved in that crash? It looked like you were right about to be in it.
Yeah, we were right on top of it. I don't know what was wrong with the 10 truck. He was way up against the wall. I don't know if he had a flat tire or what. I seen him come down off the wall, and I dove to the bottom, and he just clipped the 62 truck in the right rear quarter panel. I mean, you hate it for them guys. I mean, they were doing what they needed to do to win the championship. They came from the back. They had a lot of problems this weekend. You know, something silly like that took them out of the championship. So them guys did a great job all year long. The Orleans team did a good job. You know, they shouldn't hang their heads by no means. They had a great year.
Okay, do me a favor. Sit right there for just a few more minutes, and we'll try to get you some news. Okay?
All right, I'm ready.
Where you got to go? Nowhere, right?
Just some champagne, I hope.
Okay, 10-4, guys.
If you're just tuning in, you tuned in at the most dramatic point of the entire race because we still have not determined who the champion is yet. But let's listen in as Ted Musgrave and their radio talk about what they think might have happened.
Side running into each other. Bring it to the line there, champ. Bring it to the line, champ. They said they flagged us. Why? To the left. Everybody checked up. I didn't want to hit them. We got to protest. I mean, they just backed on the gas. On the brakes.
Guys,
that would be my story.
Let's hold on 1 second. Barry Dotson is with Ted Musgrave.
Well, Ted, we're confused. We don't know. I didn't have a good vantage point from the pits. We don't know right now how it stands.
Well, we're coming into green, and I don't know if Travis spun the wheels or he just hit the brakes. You know, everybody's on the gas, everybody's moving forward, and he stopped, and I turned left to avoid from having a big wreck. And then as soon as I did that, he stood on the gas, you know, and I had to get on the gas too. So it's just one of them deals. I think I know how to win championships now, just play dirty like he does and everybody else. I'm the most fairest guy out there in the world, but it seems like you say the sport here and the way it is, the guys that run clean and, you know, do the best job they can are the guys that get screwed.
Well, I know you put a lot into it, and they just told us Travis is a champion.
Yeah, I heard all the boos. Huh.
I'm with you, brother. They put you back to 13th.
Yeah, like I said, that figures, you know, screw them. You know, that's just the way it's always been ever since I've been in this series. You know, they just don't want me to win and everything. But, you know, we keep trying. We'll come back, and like I say, next year, if they don't think they, you know, we ain't playing fair no more. You know, we're going to just play like everybody else, and you're going to see the biggest cheapness of it at the same day.
Right?
Hey, Barry, we got a Wisconsin champion over in Winston Cup, and now we got one in trucks. Congratulations, man. What an amazing deal to come here and finally get the big trophy. Congratulations.
This is awesome. This is why right here. This team, Dave Fuge, Steve Coulter, they put a truck under me that is superior. The crowd's booing, but Ted was desperate. He was desperate. He, you know, green, white, checkered, he had to make up 2 spots on me. And it wasn't going to happen under green flag. I'm just so proud of this team, Chevrolet Silverado, IWX Motor Freight, everybody supports us. Mark Smith builds great engines. We didn't have a 1-engine problem all year long, and unbelievable. I'm speechless.
I thought I was going to see the 11 truck go flying straight to the backwards and let you go forward. What happened there? That didn't happen either.
Well, I'm sure Jack was going to help us if it came right down to it, but we were racing the 50 and the 11. We were running them down. We were going to pass them, and that was going to be insurance for us to win the championship. But a couple cautions late in the race kind of spoiled our plans, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And luckily, like I said, Ted was desperate. He had to make up some ground on a green-white checker deal, and he took a chance. And I guess it probably just didn't pay off for him.
Long way from Madison International, isn't it?
It sure is. I want to thank everybody back home. Kevin Lash, Bruce Miller, guys that really helped me out in my racing career, bought me tires, paid for my engines, bought chassis parts, Jim Pearson, Butch Hansen, everybody that's helped me out, them guys, this is for you. This is the only way I can pay you back.
Okay, congratulations. Travis Kvapil is the champion 2 years in a row, and IWX truck sits here at the champion stage.
You know, the thing that was interesting to me is he sat in that truck, Travis, He wasn't, you know, well, we'll finish first or we'll finish second. He wasn't out jumping up and down, ranting and raving about, well, Ted Musgrave did it. He kept his cool. Mark of a true champion.
I was going to say, if he said he was speechless, he was the only one that was speechless.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe for good reason.
An amazing thing's going to happen. Travis Kvapil just won the championship, and yet he won't get that #1 garage stall when he goes to the racetrack next year, because it'll goes to the owner.
Travis is coming out. He's the champion. We got it.
Our 2003 champion, Travis Kvapil in the IWX Chevrolet. Welcome back to Homestead Miami Speedway. We have crowned our 2003 champion. He has only won one race all season, and that is the fewest number by any NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion. And also, he's the youngest driver to ever win the NASCAR Series.
And the race he won at Bristol, if you remember, I mean, he only led one lap. So, but our Wednesday Cup champion only won one race this year, too. Those boys from Wisconsin seem to know how to do the math.
Let's go to our second place in the points finisher. That is Dennis Setzer with Barry.